Go forth, whenever you wish.
Alright, we're alive.
Yeah.
Cool. Hilarious non sequitur to open the episode. um,
Fair.
Alright, so I am going to be doing the recap this week. So a lot happened in episode 90. We started the episode with Sugar Cubes, confronting Piers about the whole putting an elemental in him thing. Piers said that basically the elemental can't be taken out now that it's in Aiden because it's all throughout him. That did not please Aiden very much. Piers doubled down on viewing the elemental as more like food than a person, which was also did not please Aiden very much. He said that the conversation merited greater discussion, and basically Aiden ran off. While that was happening, Annis managed to convince Leopold to hear her out. She asked him why he's with the Harvesters, and he said that they were the only group that would take him. She asked if he could leave, would he, and he dodged the question. Rude. She said that she wanted to help him and gave him the code word pineapple in case he wanted help on the boat. I don't know why I'm saying she, third person. So everyone went downstairs, and Aiden told Annis and Penelope about the elemental and that whole situation. Annis went upstairs to get Moss, thinking that he might be able to get the elemental out of Aiden. But while that was happening, Aiden and Penelope went into the bathroom to pray to Eldath. Penelope successfully summoned Eldath with the ritual that she normally uses, and Eldath talked to Aiden through the rubber duck. Penelope only heard squeaking, but Aiden heard actual words while this was going on. She basically told Aiden that everything was okay and the elemental would flow through him like water. All the water in the tub became holy water, and the duck is now a holy rubber duck, I guess. Aiden and Penelope bottled as much of the holy water as they could. We didn't end up needing Freddy's help, but Freddy is now aware that there's something weird going on with the lower decks. So that's a thing. See, we all discussed our plans for the Golem Grail War, and then our plans for how to get off the boat safely, assuming that one of them won the war, or just in general, safely off the boat. The plan at that point was to give the entry to Aiden, since he already had a lot of heat on him for being a centaur, just basically existing. After that, they would ask Lucretia to use transport via plants on Bartholomew to send everyone to Germany. So after that, Penelope went and talked to Kwaku, Vivian, and Lucretia about the plan. Kwaku said he could make an anti-divination item, but not necessarily an anti-scry item. Vivian does not think the bounded field in Germany will work and thinks that Aiden should go to the reverse side for the time being. And Lucretia said she could send us to Germany, but she recommends hiding Aiden somewhere. So that resulted in a very tense conversation about the pros and cons of sending Aiden to the reverse side, or Penelope making a deal with someone on our side for Aiden's protection. Ended up, Penelope asked Lupin and Catherine if they could keep Aiden hidden and possibly get everyone off the boat at the same time, and Catherine said yes. And all we have to do is go back into the room and stay there and not to worry about the prizes, which of course made me worry a lot. See, when they headed back upstairs to start the preparations for the Grail War, or the Golem War, Annis and Aiden switched coins, so now Annis has the Berserker Golem and Aiden has the Archer Golem. They went back upstairs, and Penelope asked Lucretia if the recipient of the final prize could receive their prize later off the boat, and the answer was yes. And then Elias asked for a conversation with Penelope. Basically, he just asked if he could expect Penelope to continue using charm magic on him, and she said that what she does is basically just nudge people to do things that they really want to do deep down. He asked her if anyone had ever controlled her actions with charm magic, and she replied that she hadn't. Penelope asked if she had actually hurt him with charm magic, and he said her actions had caused him problems with his boss. She asked if he could leave the Harvesters, would he? And in response, that little motherfucker cast Charm Person on her, and it worked, and proceeded to ask him where Aiden had been, or Sugar Cubes had been hiding this whole time. All she said was a forest in England, and before she could give away any other information, Aiden stopped her. Elias tried to go back to the rest of his Harvester buddies, but Annis blocked his path and gave her speech, the same speech she basically gave to Leopold about how she doesn't think they're bad people, just in bad situations, and she wants to help them. He asked if there was somewhere he could go to lie low and get away from the boss, and she gave him a card with the shop's address on it. Told him to bring Leopold and no one else. He put the card away and went back up to the harvesters. And then the charm broke, and Penelope was just devastated. She went and hid behind the bar. Johnny consoled her, and she now understands what it's like to be charmed to do things against her will. Johnny somehow bullied Van-Fem into giving Penelope a pair of glasses that would keep her from getting charmed. Ennis asked Buck to let her uncle know that now, in addition to Van-Fem and Piers knowing where her shop is, the Harvesters now too know, so that's fun. Iden used sending to warn Kelthak about the fact that Harvesters might know something and might be going to Sherwood. Everyone had a quick little pep talk, and then at the end of the episode, everyone participating in the Golem War and all their bodyguards gathered around the mast with their coins, and we all went into the golems. So now we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch what the golems do. And that's where we left off.
Delicious.
I don't think I missed anything.
There's a slight correction to the glasses. They make it more difficult to use her mystic eyes and more difficult for people to use their mystic eyes on her.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then something happened to the duck, but that was off screen, and I don't know about that.
And that's fun.
But she did still bully Van-Fem into giving her glasses, so hey.
You know. Fun times.
Mini Grail War.
And now we're gonna fight.
Now,
I'm ready to punch. But
now you're gonna
first,
fight.
A bunch of every other golem but ours takes a turn first.
And as a reminder, paths are turned on this time, so you have to commit to your movement before you see what's around the corner.
Gotcha.
Okie
So it's the thing we used to do in older episodes where Penelope would just go boomeranging around the map.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Except right here it matters because you theoretically don't know where other things are. Theoretically.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend I didn't look at the YouTube video and I don't have any idea where Buck is.
And also, they're gonna move, so it continues to matter.
I'm moving.
You're dead last. Hopefully,
everyone who survives the opening turn will get to move.
Exactly. I know what I've been doing.
Yeah. So, and for fairness, I am making it so that the NPCs also only have line of sight. So, like, they don't have special knowledge, even though I know where everything is.
I don't see the assassin golem on the combat tracker. Is that on purpose?
Yes.
Okay. Cool,
Extra sneaky.
Excellent.
It's way more sneaky than usual, yeah. It's also a precursor to what it'll be like whenever there's an actual assassin who has presence concealment. You will not know when their turn is. You just know they will do something. It's more fun that way.
Rogues,
But I'm gonna do what they do. Okay, so we're gonna open up with, let's see what this one knows. All right. Now, I get to make sure, because, like, you can't... Will this be easier for the lot of you if I turn the lines on? So that you get a better idea of distance? Because, like, right now I have the grid.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
the grid lines?
please.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
Like,
I can't
maybe this is better? Yeah, I'm going to shift
that'll
everyone
be
onto a
helpful.
proper square, and then we'll go with that. So, move everyone into an actual square. All right. Everybody else on a square. Cool. And there we go. I don't think that changed anyone's perspective too much, but now you're all actually on squares. So now you
we're
can maybe...
skipping our like actual turns and just acting as the golems.
Yeah.
I would assume. Okay.
Yeah, I would normally have just wiped the combat tracker entirely, but some of you have effects going on that I don't want to have to remember later because you got them forever ago. So we're just going to skip your turns and just stick with these. So yeah, it's going to start now. And first up, we got the Lancer with their limited perspective. Let's see who remembers who controls that. Limited range. Good times. Can't they reach anything? Oh, they can. Neat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hooray.
Oh my god.
Not where I thought they were going. Huh.
They might have not. I might have been far enough back that they didn't see me.
They couldn't see you.
Yes.
Or the saber.
Like, line of sight is real. I'm playing them honest.
I appreciate that. I really thought they could see me.
Nope, there was a tree in the way.
Look,
You
I'll
were
let the
technically in a bush.
Oh, and I'm gonna stay in that bush.
Okay. So now they are over here. And they are going to violence. What does that do? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I have the fun part of remembering what 4 different things do. Because they're all classes I've never played. So. Okie doke.
Yeah, after we finish this mini Grail War, I'm curious about what everyone else's golems are class-wise. Obviously, don't tell me now.
Right. Sure. So. Yeah, this one's just going to go for a normal combat attack. Attack again. All right, so and check off one of those. Does that matter? Math, the game. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so the Lancer charges forward, running alongside the edge of the water, and just as it reaches the end of its range, it juts forward with a spear at the robot that is riding a robot. It is, in fact, a mounted cavalry robot that is riding on a horse robot. And it juts forward, but the cavalry robot manages to lean a little bit to the side, and it's just out of reach otherwise, so the Lancer misses. Oh no. That was its attack. Up next, skip through some turns that don't matter. And let's get a little bit sneak. Okay. And now, something else. All right. I'm not describing the things you can't see, so some of this is just going to feel like dead air. But we'll get there.
I'll have fun editing it out in about 5 years when I get there.
As you do. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to display these things for you, but we'll find out together.
Hey, real quick, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Archer, give me a perception check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Perception. 8.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck my life.
And
How dare you? How dare you, Golem?
it's not the best at that. And don't know if that changes anyone's visibility on anybody.
It does.
Well, now you can see something.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I appreciate that.
And now we're gonna... Let's confirm that I got the right distance. I do. Numbers.
Oh shit.
And
Oh.
cool. Yeah, I mathed it correctly. These are all mechanics I've never used before. Neat. Okay, so what you see is, for those of you who can see over to where the rider that we were just talking about was, there was a rustle in the trees nearby, and then out of nowhere, lightning flew out and struck it in the side.
Hot damn.
And with that lightning came a thunderous roar. Not using Archer stats, but using Iden stats, you can roll
Oh.
History or Arcana, your pick.
Okay, I think they're both the same for me. Hold on, that's the Archer. Where's Iden? Yeah, they're both -1. I'll go Arcana, fuck it.
Okay.
5!
It sounds like something you've heard before, but you can't quite place it.
That sounds like Kilthak when he's angry.
Kinda.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's fair. All right. Let's see. Moving on. All right. Now it is Rider Golem's turn. Rider Golem does not appreciate all this being ganged up upon, and is going to try to get some space. So
I appreciate everyone getting up on the Rider.
it's like he's a dick.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go. Actually, he's gonna attack first. Then he's gonna go somewhere. It's like the downside of making all of these player characters is I have to move through all of their sheets every time they do anything. NPCs are much easier. Yeah, he's going to try to use his own big old stick and poke the Lancer back. And he does. And it hurts a lot. So, after getting lightning in the back, he sees that happen, and can you see the numbers? I'm curious. Yeah, you can see the heavy damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, after getting lightning in the back, he stabs forward at the Lancer Golem and hits it pretty hard in the shoulder with his own literal lance because he's mounted. And now he's going to run away from all this nonsense because, ow, that is miserable. And he hates it. So, going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh no, he sees something he didn't see before. 55 and 60. But he is now in view of the saber. Whose turn it is?
Hooray! Sorry, I just realized I wasn't on mute, so I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go here.
All right, that's your first 15.
And then here.
Uh-huh.
And then here. And then here.
That is the path you want to take?
Yeah.
Okay. Meow.
Whoa. And I think I'm out of range.
I think you're just a 5-foot swinger. If you wanted to be in range of direct attacking, you could be next to him instead.
Can I do that? Because I think if I had gone around the corner and realized he was there, I would have adjusted to be right there.
I'll let you do that on this one just because if you go to right there, that's a bit much. You probably would not have made the second sweep down. So if you want to be up to here instead, you can.
Yeah. And I'm gonna attack.
All right. Get to bonking.
Bonk. Alright, 1 second. Doo-doo. Oof. Shoot. So I missed.
Yep.
Alright. Shoot. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna let it sit there because I don't know what else to do.
That is fair.
Alright. Cool. Then I'm just gonna. Ooh.
Okay. Now we're going to roll that on down. Grr, angry berserker robot.
Okay. First, I'm going to move there.
Alrighty. You can.
Then I'm going to activate my rage. Let's see if I can do this properly.
Did you just activate it twice?
I didn't see. Okay, now it says I'm raging now, but
Let me see. Like, the effects are triggered, but I see it triggered twice.
okay.
So I'm going to get rid of one of those.
Okay, like I clicked and dragged it onto the golem. It didn't appear to do anything. I clicked it. It didn't appear to do anything. All right.
Yeah, like either time when you click it, it affects, because it just affects you, so there's no targeting.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got it on.
Every time I click on anything, I get the compile logs.
Yeah, I need to figure out what's doing that and fix it.
I think I'm gonna do a reckless attack.
Super violence.
Gonna swing my great axe right at the caster golem.
Ouch.
I missed. With advantage.
A 2 and a 3.
Wow.
That hurts me.
Unless I frenzy, I can't do anything else. But if I frenzy, I'll be exhausted. Well, yeah, that's about all I can do.
Got you, homie.
It's okay. You kept the rage going by attacking, so it's still there for later.
Okay, so it doesn't have to hit. It'll okay.
You just have to attack or take damage.
But I don't have to necessarily hit.
Correct.
Okay.
It's about making sure you're still being a violent super monster, not actually being an effective violent super monster. Which is nice on their part because, you know. Because you're just so angry. Hey, look, it's an archer.
Hey, there's a lot that's happening before my eyes right now.
It's true.
Yeah,
And
wow.
you can see a lot of it.
I can. I know that a butcher just ran past me who got hit by like 2 other people. Sianis attacking or trying to attack people, and I'm not seen just yet. I would like to like stealth.
You'd like to stealth?
So that like, because I'm kind of in a tree. If I like move further into the tree, would I be able to stealth?
You can attempt to hide if you want to.
I'm thinking about it. I would like to pull further back. Like, I don't know if I can show you without moving me automatically.
Like, it only moves when I approve it. So if you want to drag there just to show me, then I can hit reject and you won't use your movement.
I just want to get like a little further into this tree.
You can climb in there, but keep in mind that if your vision is also impaired, you'll have trouble shooting things.
I don't know how much
that is up to you.
If that 10 feet would impair it entirely or not.
It will be crossing through a barrier because it is the tree. I don't think I set them up to be too extreme about that because like once you're in it, you should be able to see out of it. But if not, then I'll turn it off. Like that's fine.
Okay.
You can go in there because you want to use your movement to get up there.
Yeah. I want the high ground, baby.
Okay. And you want to specifically be up the tree.
I would appreciate that.
Okay. In that case, you can do an athletics check.
Upward movement. Okay, athletics.
Got to get climbing. It's not going to be hard for you, but yeah, that's plenty.
Hey.
All right, up you go.
So that's.
And I'm going to.
Is that an action as well? Oh,
higher up.
I appreciate that.
Let me make sure I do that right. 'Cause it's been a little bit. There you go. I'm going to put you at 15 feet up the tree so that you use the rest of your movement.
That works for me. What I shall do then.
And you can see out, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Actually,
cool.
yeah. That,
I set it up correctly then.
Oh, this this changes everything. That was a good spot. Okay,
It's what archers do.
yeah. I was hoping I could get, like, high just so I could keep track of Lancer and Caster, but I don't need to use the other one. Okay, I'm just gonna straight shot for the Butcher now that I actually see him. I'm not gonna use any magic.
Okay.
Where is actions?
That hits.
Hey yo. Fuck you.
Ow. Okay, so yeah, you turn upon seeing all this nonsense going on, like you just walked into a hotel room with pizza and everything's on fire. You turn and you run up a tree, and then once you get to the top of the tree, you pull a little Legolas by grabbing onto a branch, flipping yourself up onto it, pulling out your bow, taking a look around, and then you see a lot of things going on to the south. You can see the Lancer who started all this kind of by himself. You see a berserker swinging an axe wildly against a spellcaster, but with too much berserker rage to actually hit them. And then you see a sword robot fighting a mounted horse robot, and then you decide, yeah, that's the one. So you pull back, you shoot your arrow, and because it's distracted, right out of nowhere, it just takes an arrow in the right shoulder. Looks back, can see you up there, but it's not its turn. All right. So that was your move and your action. Did you have anything else?
Part of me is like, should I just say fuck it? You know what? Why not surge action?
All right. We can take another
I'm
shot.
gonna attack him again. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Let me check. I mean, it should, but let me make sure. Yeah, it does.
I got a vendetta. Oh!
That's some damage. Are you targeting him or are you just rolling it?
I'm targeting him. Or I'm rolling. Sorry.
Okay, let me do the math on him and make sure that he actually takes that damage.
20,
I didn't see the
21 total.
Yeah, let me get that right. All right, so yeah, let me mark some damage on him. And
I was like, if we're gonna piss him off, why not go all the way?
yeah. Oh, it wasn't even marking his other action last turn. So I'll do a few things at once. Okay, so that was his healing thing from last turn for his bonus, and now he's going to take all that damage you just gave him, so that we're going from the correct level, and that was 21.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he's not in a great place. His health is very low. So, cool. For those of you keeping track at home, he's used his second win. So, hurrah. Yeah, you guys just bum rush that guy. Speaking of...
Butcher.
So that was your turn, right?
Yeah, that was everything.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so now I'm going to drag this thing back over here. It is the Lancer's turn. Well, the Lancer's in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff. The Lancer got hurt, so now the Lancer's going to take their healing action too. Let's just do that. Okay, feel a little better. Somewhat less miserable. Now they're looking around at all this pile of violence. Seeing a berserker going to town on a caster, they're like, yeah, none of that. You guys have fun. Gonna run over here. 5, 10, 15, and gonna attempt to jump and poke you in that tree. Gonna try. see how that goes. Can they even make the attempt? Yes, they can make the attempt. All right. So they're leaping up, and like after you just took your shot, pointy spear's coming at you from below. Let's see what do. There's so many moves. Yeah. Yeah, you're being lunged at. Oh, it actually shows that they're doing that. Cool. All right. The lunging. Does that work? Yep, they lunged at you, but they missed because you were well concealed. And given all of that, that's all they get to do this turn because they use their action to heal. Other than that, so we violence. And the sneaky one. A sneak, sneak, sneak. Can any of you see them? No, you can't. Cool.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't see whatever is sneaking.
It's a sneaky, sneak, sneak. And Caster Golem's turn. So Caster Golem sees a whole lot going on over there. It's going to do what they can with that. Just check some stuff. Yeah, they're going to try to cast a spell, but are they in range? Yeah, they are. Okay. So Caster Golem is gonna target some people. They're gonna target you. And they're gonna target you. And they're going to cast a spell that has a con save. Let's see who passed it. Both the archer and the lancer. Yeah, you guys rolled good. And half as much damage. Okay. Oh, that was terrible. Okay. So, across the field, the archer and the lancer find themselves in the middle of a giant bubble of noise just out of nowhere. Thunder clashes around you, and you can feel the tree that you're on shake. And when that happens, you feel like that probably should have hurt more than it did, but maybe robots are really bad spellcasters who roll incredibly badly. Because I think you took like 3 damage. 2 damage. You took 2 damage. But in the process of doing that, they cast a spell, which means they get to use an ability, which lets them go whoosh, shooting them 10 feet away without triggering an attack of opportunity. And Now that they're over here, make sure I did that right. Yep, fly up to 10 feet without promoting attacks of opportunities. And having done that, they're going to run away, because berserkers are scary. Back up there. And that is their turn. Okay, so now there is Rider Golem, which is next to a Saber Golem. And it's going to attack a Saber Golem, because it's right there. Also, it's taken so much damage, and it's afraid of running away with the Saber Golem. So it's just gonna go violence.
As it should be.
I mean, it is. All right. So it's going to try to attack you. Let's see if it succeeds. Good target. A saber. And it's gonna attack. Oh, that doesn't bode well.
Nope.
And now it's getting really nervous, so it's gonna action surge and attack again. Nope.
Oh.
Now it's in a bad place. So it has used its action. It has used its action surge. It is now going to try to get away from this place. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like to attack the rider or the horse?
The rider.
That's fair. Go for it. Ooh, that's not good. All right. Roll your damage.
Ooh.
Wow. All right. Okay, so the damage wasn't applied to it, but I can just tell you that crushes it. How do you want to kill this robot?
I'm gonna jump up and knock the robot off the robot horse.
Yep.
And just troop sword through the robot face.
That would kill it. Yeah, so you leap up, and as it's starting to turn and realizes it's in way over its head, it starts to sprint away, but you leap up and sidestab its head as it looks back to see if it's safe or not. Your sword running through, splitting its golem face open, and causing it to just limply fall off of its robot horse's body, the robot horse running off into the woods somewhere. And it is dead.
Woohoo!
Good job.
Yay.
We have a first kill. So. Hurrah. I'm just going to take it off the map so that you know it's dead.
Cool.
Or actually, it leaves a corpse, doesn't it? Even better. And its turn's over. Oh, look, it's your turn.
Oh, snap. Boom. That's where I'd like to go.
All right. Gonna run over there. You can run over there. No problem. You successfully ran over there.
All right, cool.
Let's see if it gets to swing at you when you do that. Because it has a big stick. think it's used its reaction yet. Yeah, so it gets to swing at you. And it will try, having not successfully hurt much of anything, because it
Lancer's gonna lance.
has that luck. And it's gonna swing. And that's probably a miss. That's definitely a miss. Yep. Does not successfully
Yeah.
poke you. You're up in here. Go for it.
Cool.
Okay.
All
right.
right.
Cool. Blam. It did not appreciate that.
And I'm gonna. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway. Yeah. So that's me.
Okay. And Berserker time.
Okay. Gonna move there.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm gonna swing again.
Fair.
Eventually, I will hit this fucker.
That's fair.
Oh no, where'd the combat tracker go? Shoot. Combat tracker disappeared on me as soon as I tried to... Hang on, okay. Oh wait. Shouldn't I
Roll
have
it
had
again,
advantage?
because you have it. You should, yeah.
Do I need to, like, hit frenzy again or something?
Let's see, because you had advantage last time because you were reckless attack, advantage attack, melee.
Oh, yeah, reckless. So
Yeah.
okay. Do
So
I need
if
to
you're
hit reckless again and then roll?
Yeah, just go ahead and do that.
Okay. Have to do that each turn. Got it.
Yeah. Since that's just a kind of action each round. There you go.
Yeah, finally.
All right.
Now I roll damage.
Ow.
Okay. Unless I frenzy, I can't do anything else. So yeah, I think I'll just end my turn here. See what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I think you choose to frenzy when you choose to rage. I don't think it's just a turn-by-turn thing. If I understand that right.
Well, frenzy, extra bonus action attack and suffer exhaustion after rage.
Yeah. When you rage, you can choose to go into a frenzy, so.
Oh, okay. So I can do it for the second rage then. Got it.
Yeah, for the second rage, yeah.
Okay.
All right, it is now Archer time. Hey, Archer, you're suddenly surrounded.
Yeah, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to move, which means I'm gonna take an opportunity, I guess, to pull away, and they're gonna have a chance to attack me. So...
Right now they can't because you are 15 feet up.
Oh, I thought
he
they
was
got
using
up there with me.
He was using a maneuver to attack you from the ground. He didn't have enough movement to get up there.
Oh,
He has a
well, then I
lunging
would
strike,
like
which
to
increases his range.
Get to the other side of the tree.
Yeah, if you're running through the tree, then it'll be an
Half speed, something like that.
it'd be an acrobatics thing because you don't want to fall.
No, I don't. Okay, that's still the archer. Yeah.
That's enough. Yeah. You did it.
Cool. Yay.
You see a destroyed robot below you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the lancer if I can.
Are you shooting it normal or are you using a thing?
Yeah, shooting normal.
Okay.
Oh, fuck my life.
Alas.
Well. That's me for the turn.
Okay. All right, it's back over to Lancer time. Lancer is gonna try to attack the saber that just crit its face. Let's see what it can do about that.
Bring it, nerd.
All right, so it's gonna try. Yeah, so it's gonna try to hit you with a feint. And so we're just gonna click a button. And violence. All right, it's critting you back.
Rude.
Very rude. Okay, so I'm going to roll its normal damage, and then I have to add the superiority die damage. So let's do that.
Oof.
All right, and then you take an extra 5 on top of that. Which puts you, I think, at 22 wound. Ow. But you're alive because you tanky.
E.
And now it's gonna attack you again.
Again?
And it doesn't have a cool trick this time. It's just gonna attack you honest. And it's gonna miss. And now it's gonna try to run away from you. Would you like to attack it?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Go for it.
I
Right.
tried.
It's a worthy effort. And it's gonna go... Actually, can it make the jump? Let's find out together. Yeah, that was enough. All right, so it's going to shimmy up in the trees like you just did. And it's going to run right over here next to you, buddy. And end its turn. And then we got a sneak. A sneak. A sneak. A sneak. Oh no! Someone's been moving the whole time. Someone's using assassinate. And someone is assassinating. Okay, so that was the short sword, and now the assassinate auto crit damage. Which is a poor roll, but do. Yeah, I say assassinate. I didn't really get anything from that because it's not the first turn, but it felt good. It did sneak attack though, which is also exciting. All right, so that's another little bit of damage. And I think you guys should be able to see the assassin golem now.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Also, the lancer golem does not look great. I know you're
No,
shocked.
he's looking pretty bad.
It is his way. And now it is the time of the caster golem. Caster golem's gonna try a few things. Not the least of which being magic. I know you're surprised.
What?
What is the radius on that? Let's confirm before we do something crazy. Yep, that will get 4 of you. All right, so same as last time. Big kaboom. Let's see what happens. Oops, ignore the second one. Just gonna ignore the second. So we have success, success, failure, success. The only one who failed was the lancer golem. Which I could clear all that. We're just going to apply the damage manually. Otherwise, it's going to screw up. So okay, so that came in at 10 damage, but for each of you who passed it, which is
I should have. If I think I failed it. If the first one's the one that counts.
You passed the first one.
Oh.
Because you're archer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one who failed the first one was the lancer, I think. Well, no, lancer passed.
Well, no, because my first one's a 7.
Why is lancer there twice? Is my screen dumb? Because I've got.
So confused.
Assassin passed. Archer rolls rolled a 9 plus 4 is 13. So that's you. Then Lancer
at the bottom. Okay.
failed. And then for some reason Lancer's there again. We go with the first one where it failed. And then the Saber passed. Yeah, so each of you takes 5 and that one takes 10.
Okay.
And now I have to do that manually because I screwed up before. That is funny. All right. So Assassin takes 5. The Saber takes 5. Saber's almost dead. And Archer takes 5. And the Archer and Assassin see the Lancer in front of them in the tree, looming ready to strike, shake to pieces and shatter, completely falling apart as the noise hurts all of your robot ears, but does not actually cause that kind of damage. But yeah, the Lancer's out. It's dead. And by casting that spell, the caster is going to be floating away. To the best of its ability. How far can it float? Not far enough. Well, that's far. Okay, so then does not bode well for the caster golem, but they did their move. They did the bonus. I think they're out of luck. And now they've used up their shatters. And they're done. Which means it is time for the saber. Oh, it's rolling death saves for the dead things. That's funny. Anyway. We're not doing death saves for these things. So, yep, you're up, Saber.
Okay. Okay, can I go to there?
That'll be 10.
Uh-huh. And then... I'm going to use Second Wind. I'm going to attempt to use Second Wind. Whoa.
Hooray. You were healed.
That's not too bad.
That's a respectable roll.
Let's see. And then... Oh, shit. Well... I don't have the thing I thought I had. So I'm just gonna run up and... Boom, right there. Actually, no, not right there. Right there. Just the extra little boing. And then I'm gonna attack a caster.
Yeah, bobbing and weaving. All right. That'll hit it.
I hit it. Boom.
Oof. And that would be, I think, the end of caster, unless it has any abilities I don't know about. What does that do? Not enough. That looks like it's enough damage. You got them on Exacxes. How do you want to kill them?
Is that the lake that we're standing right beside?
Sure is.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I know I attacked with the sword.
Yeah.
But can I, like, poke it with the sword and then use that as leverage to kick it into the lake?
Sure.
Cool.
All right, so you go at him. The casted robot holds up its staff to block the sword, but all that really does is shift its balance, and then you, very 300 contemporary movie of the time period, kick it into the water, face down, where it drowns.
Woohoo!
Burble, burble, burble.
Oh.
Okay, so that's 3 down, but it's not over yet.
Nope.
You guys get to keep going.
Yeah.
And by you guys, I of course mean Berserker gonna Berserker.
Okay.
What you want to do, Berserker buddy?
There's not a lot I can do. Don't be mad. Gonna move there, or well, about there. There we go. And I'm gonna attack the saber golem.
Sure.
Why would I be mad? This is literally the plan we discussed.
I know, I'm just saying. Alright, so I'm gonna reckless. And I'm gonna... Wha-bam. One of those should hit.
Sure does.
Okay.
Ooh. Youch.
Yep, they felt that. So having just defeated a caster, their back was turned, and you can only see red anyway, so you went for it, and blam, great axe to the back. Ow, looks like a playing card now.
Can I use my reaction to expend a superiority die and parry?
Okay,
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna do it.
go for it.
Boom.
Got some of that health back.
That is just about all I can do. So I guess my turn is done.
Very nice. Archer time.
All right. Now that an assassin is up here, I know who it is, thankfully. I just kind of go, thanks. And he just, like, thumbs up to him. I don't know if the voice comes out as, like, his own or not.
I mean, you can physically hear each other since you're standing next to each other, too.
Okay, then yeah, he's just letting him know it's him, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's like, thumbs up, and he's going to continue on with the plan. He needs to move out of the tree.
Okay.
And I would hope he doesn't try to murder me as I go down.
Right, you're dropping down to the ground?
Yeah, I need to get to, like...
Okay. Doing an athletics or acrobatics check if you're hopping down.
Yeah. Eight.
All right, you're going to face plant.
That works.
All right. You'll still get down, but you're going to take some
I'll get
damage
down.
first. Let's give you a little bit of fallen damage. Ow.
What should I take?
You face plant, landing next to the rogue. Now you may move if you wish.
How much damage did I take?
5.
Okay, I just got to keep track of how much I... Oh, okay, that's...
I'm tracking it for you.
Okay, and then I can move to about here the rest of the way.
As you do, he's going to swing at you.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah, you can kind of hear in the distance, I will avenge my pants. And then he takes a swing.
I didn't break the pants! Or did I?
You did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry!
But does Buck know that we switched coins?
Well, I just literally told him it was me.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
you let him know. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come up.
Well, that's why I'm like, Buck knows the plan. What the fuck, Buck?
He knows the plan. He also likes his pants.
Oh my god.
Poke.
Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna have
And
to
now you've
heal and
moved.
use my second wind.
There you go.
Bastard. Alright, now that he's got the pants out of the way. Motherfucker. How, do I just, like, drag it onto myself? Like, how do I
For
do
healing?
this? Yeah.
Okay, so if you're using your second win, over on the ability, there's a little expand button.
Okay. Expand.
Like the little
Oh.
magnifying glass thing.
Okay, and just press the little
Just-
cross.
The little cross button should heal you. It's all glowy when it happened.
Yeah.
And then I'll just mark that off for you.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so you moved and you bonused. You've still got an action.
Oh, that is a bonus. All right, I guess I will do what I gotta do. This is, I think it's an action. I'm going to attack. Let's see. I'm gonna hit Annis. but I'm going to make it a. Oh, I just closed my fucking screen. I'm going to make it a bursting arrow.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
Right, so
I
you get
gotta.
to roll your attack.
I do not fucking hit, probably.
You're reckless, right?
Oh.
All right, so actually what you need to do, I'm going to set your target for you, because if you're
Okay.
targeting them, it'll factor these things in automatically.
Okay, shit.
So I'm going to set your target for you to...
Yeah, I am reckless, so it should have advantage.
Okay. So roll one more.
Just roll it again now. I'm not that
Okay.
worried, because this is, like,
You can't.
largely pageantry.
You can't target me.
He can. I've targeted you now.
Okay.
Is it still
Wait.
not? Well, that's just a
Oh,
D20.
I rolled the wrong
Are you-
dice. I rolled.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you rolling just regular dice?
I accidentally rolled it. Okay, fuck. Okay, so if I just sorry.
There
it
you go.
goes.
There, now you hit. Now you hit. Okay.
Me having a moment. I'm sorry.
All right, so you roll your normal damage first
Okay.
while they're still targeted.
So 10.
So, all right, and
And
now
then-
I will target both of them for your other thing.
Okay, and then I just rolled no
Ooh.
normal dice for that.
It should have an expansion ability on the bursting one. That is for damage. And you just click that.
Okay, there it is.
Oh, you got all the fancy
Ooh,
dice.
jeez.
It's just choosing the colors. Okay.
Neat. All right, so they both take 5 damage. So you shoot the berserker with an arrow, and then it explodes, and splinters fly into the both of your
Oh.
faces,
Oh God,
and that hurts.
that does hurt.
And you took it
Yeah, it's
personally
painful.
to the face.
I did.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yep.
Sorry. Like,
All right.
rude is buck hitting me over pants.
You wouldn't understand. You're not a pantsed creature.
True.
All right. Is that everything for you?
Yeah, I can't do nothing else. I'm Gucci.
Okay. Then we're going to roll it over to a dead lancer. It's assassin time.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
Cousin stuff.
Cousin stuff.
So
Cousins.
Snake, snake, snake. Not at all sneaking, but...
What you doing over there, Buck? What you doing?
Violence.
We had a plan, Buck.
On a berserker.
Oh my god!
We had a plan, Buck.
He gets. He should get sneak attack. To be fair, because I'm engaged with the saber golem.
Oh, yeah, he rolled with advantage. And he's going to get the sneak attack damage now. Yeah.
Great.
The berserker and the saber are engaged. You say?
That's how it happens.
I think I resist it though because of
Yeah,
my-
it's not going to be a whole lot. Make sure the game... Yeah, it's keeping
Oh.
track. And then the sneak attack damage. Oh, I was supposed to roll that, and I didn't. Whatever, d6, which will be halved. So you take 1 extra damage. 1 extra damage on the berserker. Doing
Rude.
fine, because you're all chunky.
Berserker's got plenty of targets now.
Yep, he's helping. Caster's dead. Rider's dead. Saber.
Hey. Okay. I'm gonna do some things.
Yeah.
Give me a second to figure out the thing that I am doing. Okay. I'm gonna use a superiority die
Okay.
to faint. And by that I mean use a fainting attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just faint for boom.
That's
pass
a
out.
monk
Move
thing.
on
Don't
to
worry
the-
about it.
Swoon onto the conveniently placed couch. Yep.
I think I'm doing this right. I don't know. I don't. Oh God, how do you do this?
All right. For fainting.
Yeah.
Right.
How do I faint?
I'm looking. You've
I can
applied it
help.
4 times now.
Fantasy grounds.
5 times
Hey.
now.
Oh boy.
You're doing amazing.
Have you
You're
just
doing
been
great.
clicking on it?
I'm clicking on it. It is not working.
It's doing things. You just can't see it. I can see it in the log 6 times.
Oh
It
my
happens
God.
when you attack.
Oh.
It's like when I raged.
I love our party.
I mean, it's a class you don't know. It's fine. But I want you to... Can you see... Let me see if you can see it. No, you can't. I will take a picture of this for you so that you can understand what you've done. All right. Here you go. I'm just going to take that snapshot for your reference as to what you did. All right, so
Think
this
about what you did.
right here
Ooh.
is your character right now. I'm going to clear a bunch of those out before you attack, but I just wanted you to know.
Well, I just attacked.
Okay,
Oh, my
well,
God.
getting rid of all the rest of your feint bonuses then. Anyway, yeah, you hit.
Yeah. And then do I
D8.
add another one for the faint?
If the attack hits, add the superiority die to the damage roll. So roll a d8.
Okay.
And half of that will go through.
That did not show up. Damn it.
That's a good number. All right, so 3 gets through. So no shortage of damage for the Berserker. But they're just so chunky.
And then gonna action surge.
Oh, okay.
And that's not a superiority die, right?
Nope, that's just a separate ability. You now have
Cool.
a new attack or whatever action you want to do. Oh, that's a
Ooh.
good number. Twice.
Spicy. Okay. Oh shit. I don't know why it's still rolling.
You're
Oh
so
no,
aggressively
wait, I see what I
clicking.
did. Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh,
And then
resisted.
superiority die? No. Yes? No.
Were you doing a maneuver?
No.
Oh, then no.
Well, I roll it anyway.
It would have hurt. All right.
And then I can still do movement if I do an action surge, right?
You have the movement that you started the turn with still. You haven't used movement yet, right?
Right.
So yeah, you can move. Action surge just means you get another kind of action here. So like you can move, you can attack, you can bonus, and then action surge lets you get one more of any of those 3. I'm pretty sure it lets you get a bonus. I never actually checked. Yeah. Taking the long way.
Oh wait. Okay. Ignore.
Right. I will clear it. Now you can drag it again.
Will I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes. So you may attack of opportunity at your heart's discretion.
Okay.
Alas.
Ooh.
You're just so mad. What's up?
Can I use a thing since it missed?
Is it a reaction-based thing?
The repost?
That's a reaction thing, right?
The riposte? says when a
Let me-
creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction
You
and
can.
expend one. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do it.
Such an eventful turn.
Okay.
I've got to find the plugin that makes that thing pop out and kill it. That'll hit.
Yeah.
That rope, it's just so reckless.
Whoa.
Cool.
Okay. And now look at it. Just like, "Meow."
Did you add the superior die to the damage roll?
Oh, I did not.
Roll another d8. Ow. All right, that's 4 more that gets through.
Whoa.
You're just so chunky. It's still up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's Berserkers. All right, so which square are you trying to get into? Because you're in the middle of something now.
That one.
Okay. There you go.
Put me in those plants.
You are in the plants. All right, we are now going to Berserker turn.
Hmm.
You have an assassin, and
do.
you have a saber, and you have an archer.
Okay, so can I let rage expire and then do another rage, or do I have to like take a turn where I don't attack or anything in order to expire the rage?
Let me check because
I want to
feel
do
like.
frenzy, essentially.
All right. I just want to see. It ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends, you neither attack. You can also end your rage as a bonus action, but since raging is a bonus action, you would not be able to re-rage the same turn you ended a rage.
Have you used your surge action yet? Because then you could.
It doesn't have one. They're not a fighter.
Yeah, I don't have one.
No.
You had this golem before I did.
I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to here. Reckless. I'm gonna attack Buck. Like.
You want to attack him before you move or after?
Oh, I can attack him from where I am?
Aren't you diagonal to him?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah,
okay, ignore that movement then.
Okay.
But I'm gonna reckless attack. That little bitch.
So violent. Ooh.
No,
well, Berserker Rage. Yeah, that would do it.
Ah.
So that was
Bam.
your great axe. Still ow. So that was your reckless. Gave you advantage. Your rage gave you you gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain levels. I think I already added that in. Just want to make sure. Oh yeah, it's got the +5 on it. Yeah, it's been adding. Cool. Ow. What is he at?
I know that it's not in this build, but Grog had a brutal critical where if he rolled a natural 20, he did double damage. But...
Yeah. And that's something that you would get if these were higher than level 3 characters.
Oh, that's fair, that's fair.
You're all level 3, so you don't have most of the good stuff yet.
Move.
I didn't want to make it too complicated.
Gonna move somewhere.
That's totally
if I
fair.
move past him, he gets an attack of opportunity.
I'll
move to here. He might still get an attack of opportunity. Even though...
He will when you're running, because you're right next to him. But
I'm still gonna move.
That's fair. I mean, he's gonna have a hard time breaking through your damage, but he's gonna try. Let's see what happens for him. Oh, he crit you back.
Ugh.
Oh shit.
Oh no, he got you.
Oh shit.
God damn it, fuck! We had a plan.
Ugh. So, you know what the best part is? You're not actually dying because he's not using lethal attacks. So you're stabilized at 0.
What a good cousin.
You're technically still alive and you are not bleeding out. So there you go.
I'm still in the fight.
You're unconscious, but you're still in the fight technically. You're not dead. If there were some way of getting you up, or if you have the ability to get up, then you would not be dead. I don't know that you do, but
I'll pop out of Berserker vision then.
okay.
Oh.
Everyone is standing. Well, I'll pull up the map in a minute, but I think there's enough going on that I'll just describe it for right now. So popping back out, you can see that in fact the only people that are still around the wheel in the middle are the 4 of you. The others have gone back to their tables begrudgingly. You can see that Derek and Johnny have been like overseeing the lot of you as well. And that everyone else seems to be watching a illusory projection of the whole fight as seen from above, projected up on the area above the mast. So they've all been enjoying the spectacle one way or another. But all 3 of your rivals have been run off. So it's really just a matter of the ones left. But yeah, you got bonked out. You're unconscious, but you're not dead. Which actually means if they manage to double KO, you win. Funny in its own way. So that was Berserker turn. And now we move on to Archer turn.
Oh.
First of all, how dare you for getting so close to me? Because I do actually have to back the fuck up. Oh.
Tee.
I literally cannot hit you with how close you are.
She's just gonna be like, Iden, gentle reminder that we have to take out Buck.
Do you say that name or do you say sugar cubes?
You know what, everybody, you know what, fuck it, sugar cubes. Sugar cubes. So, like, gentle reminder, sugar cubes, we have to take out Buck.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah. I'm gonna pull back and try to get back in the tree.
You gonna try to climb up the tree?
Yeah.
All right, give me another acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. And then I'm assuming you get the attack of opportunity anyways. Or is acrobatics actually like...
Well, yeah, first the saber can take the attack of opportunity if they so wish. Actually, no, she used her reaction.
Wishes.
She can't.
Oh.
You reacted before when you riposte.
Okay, so, yeah.
So you don't have that.
That was with the... Does it not carry over?
You
Sergeant.
riposted the attack on you. So you already used your reaction for this turn because it was your turn when you did it.
Yes.
So you get to roll your climb, and we'll see if you make it up the tree or not.
Please let me get up this damn tree.
You do.
Oh, thank you. I thought that was a 6.
Nope, you made it.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna hit Buck, I guess. Or did I just
All right.
hit?
How are you gonna hit Buck?
With a regular arrow, because I just saw him take out Annis.
Okay.
As far as I know.
As far as you know.
Ah, fuck! I forgot to do the thing on him. Wait, why did it?
You targeted the berserker still.
Ah, fuck! How do I?
All right, I'm gonna tell you how we do this. So, I don't think you and the combat tracker can see who you're targeting. So I'm gonna clear you out. No, you're already cleared out. Okay.
Oh, clear. Okay.
So you're clear of your targets. What you can do is you can take the attack damage dice,
Okay.
And just drag and drop them on the assassin on the map or on the combat tracker, and it will roll for that.
Combat tracker. The 16
There you
hit.
go. It does.
Yay! And then do I do the same thing with the damage? Just put it on his
Yeah,
thing?
just drop it on him.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah!
And he's
8
down.
damage. Oh!
There you go.
Well.
He using the side of his blade slaps the berserker down, and then catches an arrow to the back of the head and just slumps over. There's now an unconscious assassin or a dead assassin on an unconscious berserker. So you did it.
Yay!
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Lancer's still dead. It's funny that it keeps trying. Assassin's dead. Oh, that would have been a success had it mattered. It doesn't. Caster's still dead. Rider's still dead. Hey, it's Saber's turn. No one
Oh
shocked
boy,
that
I
you're
have
next. I just
choices.
have to cycle through. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Decisions. Would I have any way of knowing that the berserker is not technically dead?
Give me a perception check.
Alright.
You can't tell. A little hard to tell from where you're at. You would have to run and check. You know that it was knocked down, but it was not like a bloody stab like all the other assassin stabs have been. So you're not sure. You're not confident that they're down, but you don't know that they're not dead.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and run up the tree.
Okay, do an athletics or acrobatics. You do. You are now
Cool.
in a tree.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna raise
I'm-
your height accordingly.
And because I'm in the tree. I'm gonna use my last superiority dice
Okay.
to do fainting again.
Okay.
And I attack.
It's a hit.
Okay. It didn't give me the advantage. That's weird.
I don't know if it's programmed in well enough for that, in total honesty. But you hit, so if you want to roll the extra one just to see if you crit, go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Also
Ooh.
good. But yeah, so
Yeah.
you really hit. You may now roll some damage. Ow.
Eight. And
Now
then
roll your
superiority
D8.
dice.
Yeah. You're good at
7.
those. All right, that's another 7. Going in. That's really close. Yep. Still up.
I need you to stop.
Look, it's Battle Royale, baby. Do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you've got 15 feet left.
Okay.
What was that?
I'm I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I'm gonna move over slightly.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. Okay. Angry Berserker is angry. Ignore all the death saves because it just isn't flagged correctly. Give me a con check for the Berserker.
Oh, me? Okay. Did it? Okay, it didn't roll. Con. Which sucks because it was a 17. Nope, a 3.
Oh.
You said the first one was a 17?
Yeah, but it didn't. I don't know why it didn't roll.
Okay.
I'll stick with the 3. It's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Nothing happens, essentially. We're just checking to see if you get up. But you're still not dead. And they don't seem to know about it. And now, Archer turn.
So, the only reason I think I can even pop this off is because it's a magical arrow. And I shouldn't need to worry about anything else except your dex save. I'm seeking arrow, Penelope, right to the face.
Okay. All right.
Let me just mark that off.
Okay.
There we go.
So you're
Oh
gonna
my
have to.
god.
Let's see. So for that one, I think it's programmed done. Yeah. So you see the little die next to the save. Drag and drop that on the saber.
Okay, let me go up to saber. Please don't make that save. Fuck, nope.
Did.
Whew.
Okay, well, you take half damage. So damage is if it were hit by the arrow plus an extra d6 of force damage, but that's cut in half. I don't need to know your location because you're right in fucking front of me. Okay, so where do I do the damage? Or so do regular damage and I'll roll a d6 on top of that.
I think so.
Okay, so 7, and then let me put the d6
Well-
on there.
I mean,
Hold on.
it's
It's
enough.
gonna be at half.
He's like, no, she's gonna die.
Oh, the half took you out. Okay.
The normal
yeah, I
arrow
only had
hitting.
5 hit points left.
Oh. Well,
All right.
okay.
Let me make sure. So yeah, seeking arrow.
I didn't
Arrow
put the
flies with the
D6 on
creature,
top.
moving around corners if necessary and ignoring 3/4 cover and half cover. Target's within the weapon's range, and there's a path large enough for the arrow to travel to the target. The target must make a dexterity saving throw, otherwise the arrow disappears. On a failed save, the target takes damage as if it were hit by the arrow, plus an extra 1d6. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage, and you don't learn its
Yeah.
location. So yeah, so you
You're
did
still-
7,
But half is only 3.
would only be 3. And she
Oh.
was,
I was at
Five.
5.
you're at
And
5
it's
left.
not rolling the d6. It's not letting
So
me
she's
So
roll.
now I'm
not
at 2.
actually down. Yep.
Well, I still have to put the d6 on there. It's not letting me do it. Like, it's not doing it when I drag it to
Wait.
the saber name.
What's the D6 for?
The extra force damage.
Yeah. So
Oh.
roll a d6,
Yeah.
and if you roll a 1, she's still up. Yeah, like that. That's
Ooh.
what
Fuck
happened.
my life.
Okay, yep,
Fuck
still up.
my life.
Yep. I'm
By
gonna
1
set you at
point.
29.
I mean, it's still.
It's
And
enough.
then I will say, and then she moved around me. Do I not get my reaction hit?
You are using a bow.
Oh, fuck
You don't
my
get to do an
life.
attack of opportunity with a bow.
God, I hate this. Okay, that's my turn. I'm like, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. She's just gonna come back on top of me. I'm not gonna be able to hit her. I don't think. Hold on. I'm gonna move just because it means she's gonna have to come out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
tree as well. I'm
You're gonna jump out of
go-
the tree?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump out of the tree. And that would put me at the 30. She's gonna get the attack of opportunity, but it's that or she just
All
hits
right.
me next round anyways.
So you're jumping out of the tree.
Yeah.
So first, she does get an attack of opportunity.
And I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm taking that opportunity.
Why do you?
Bam. Wait.
That's a disadvantage. I
Why
don't
is
know
it a disadvantage?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
don't
why is it
know
a
either.
disadvantage?
Don't think you did anything that would give you, unless your ability does that. You fainted or something?
oh yeah, there was.
I mean, it still says I'm dying, right? No, I don't know.
Oh, it still thinks you're dying. No, that's why. Let me fix
Oh.
that. Yeah, no, that's what did it. Let me clear that out.
There's
There's a lot going on.
It
Yeah,
would have hit.
Right. We'll roll it clean because we don't know which one was the first one, but let me clear all those effects off of you. Because you're not, in fact, unconscious and prone. All right. Now just roll your attack new. Yeah, that hurts. All right. You got to hit. Get your swing in.
You want to roll for one? Fuck my life.
Oh, there you went.
Ooh.
So the archer is leaping, but literally hamstrung as the saber swings a stray sword and gets you in the leg, causing you to tilt backwards and faceplant in the ground as your robot falls apart. It's at this point that the saber realizes that it's not over yet for some reason.
Oh, God.
Apparently something's still going on.
So she's gonna... Oh, wait. Yeah, I can't go until it's not my turn, so...
Yep. So your turn does come before the berserker?
Yeah.
Because that was all on the archer's turn.
Yeah. Except now it's
So-
on the assassin, so...
Yeah, I've just got to skip through all those people.
Okay.
There you are with your 1 HP.
Okay, I will climb down out of the tree.
Okay.
You fall.
Oh my
Howdy, fall.
god!
You've got to
Oh
find
my
out if you
God.
fall.
Huh?
You've got to climb down, so do your
I mean,
athletics
yeah,
or
but-
acrobatics.
That was more me reacting to the whole, like, I hope you fall. Like, what the fuck?
You do it. You
I-
get down safely. It just would have been really
Okay.
funny.
Cool.
Oh, the falling damage would have totally killed you. All right. So yeah,
Alright.
you're down.
So yeah, on the ground.
All right. 5 feet used.
Why is it 35? Can you clear that? Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right, you're gonna go there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright.
There is a downed assassin and a down but not as extremely damaged berserker as you thought.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the berserker.
All right, roll with advantage.
Boom.
Yeah. You had a downed berserker.
Damn.
Definitely killed the berserker.
Just watching this happen on the big screen. I've
Yep.
already like walked away from the mast and sat down next to Derek, kind of pouting. Like, was doing
Yeah,
real
you sat
good.
down the controller and walked away is what you did.
She stole my kill, and she just killed me.
Okay, with the destruction of the berserker, your 1 HP saber golem has survived, and
Holy
all of the downed robots start ticking,
Uh,
and then after
Oh my
about
God.
5 seconds, confetti pops out of their necks, and
gross.
the connection with your golem goes away, and you're going to be back on the boat. So let's
Huh.
clean all this up. I'm gonna get rid of all of these golems now that you've won. So clean the world up a little bit.
I love the blood splatter that it left behind. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, I see it.
What are
Oh
you
my
saying?
god.
That's beautiful.
That was
What is it?
gruesome.
There's
What'd
blood
you say?
splatters.
Oh yeah,
It
I
was
turned those
blood
on forever ago.
splatters.
You don't fight often enough to notice that it does that, but yeah, it does that. That you can tell where things died. You never killed things, so you never see it. But yeah, let's get out of that map. I'm gonna take away all these character things so that all of our lives get easier. So spare you
Yay.
those. All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Would have been nice if you rolled that 6 earlier.
You know what? I can't help it. Penelope
would've
knows
been
how to
very
fight with a sword.
It would have been really funny if you tripped and fallen out of the tree and
I-
0 HP berserker Annis.
That would have been hilarious.
I wanted that to happen.
It
so bad,
almost
I'm not gonna
happened.
lie. It
Like-
would have
It
been
almost did.
amazing.
Very
You would have
Like-
absolutely died to the 1 HP of damage from falling.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think it would have been the best comedic outcome to just. Like, who wouldn't enjoy that? I feel like Van-Fem would have been just applauding at that point.
I mean, that's the
Look.
nature of the battlefield.
Look, Penelope got revenge.
A fucking
Ultimate revenge.
damn
Revenge
pants.
for what?
She's still mad that nobody tried to break her out of the charm spell.
We did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, they did, and he will fight her on that.
I mean, he did,
Okay,
and he
she was
lost.
Still fucking charmed.
All right.
Ooh.
Ay.
Let's get this thing back up now. And let's get party vision back on. Hopefully everybody can see again. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I'm going to drag people around to their respective tables because they were defeated.
I'm assuming like the 3 of us are still kind of right here. So we
The
can
4
talk.
of you.
Or 4, yeah.
Yeah, the 4 of you are still there.
Like I said, I went and sat down next to Derek, just kind of
Alright.
It's
huffy.
right there.
Yeah, you guys are not far away. Alright, and also present is Lucretia.
I mean,
But yeah.
ultimately, it doesn't matter because at least one of us won, but that was really just glares over at Buck.
He shrugs.
Penelope's also gonna glare at Buck like, dude, we had a plan.
Yeah, and you were trusting an assassin.
Well,
Buck,
we can.
I'm going to tell your girlfriend that you spent this whole boat ride flirting with other women.
Fair?
He just looks at like goes over to Penny. Well, you win. Plan still active. Yes.
I guess so.
Okay.
It does appear that we have a winner. So, who will you be giving the prize to?
And she just looks over at Lucretia and she's like, Can we grant the prize after we have left the boat?
Of course.
He looks at Penelope and he's like, Penelope,
Can
we do now.
Just
Whole
trust me
plan.
on this one, Aiden.
No,
Trust me on
Penelope,
this one, Sugar Cubes. Just trust me on this one.
No, trust me. Please trust me. Please. If anything, nothing happened, we go with plan. But please trust me. I need you to trust, please.
She just looks at him. And then she looks at Lucretia. And then she points to Aiden.
And he says to her before she moves forward, I want to make speech first before anything. And he looks at Penelope and he's like, can you help?
What do you need?
Inspire me, be brave like you. And he looks to Annis. And he's like, Annis, help me talk others like before, please.
Oh, Sure.
And he holds their hands. He's like, trust me. Like say, if anything, we go by what before. And that's it. So yeah, he's asking them for an inspiration and what Annis did before.
Well,
with
Penelope doesn't have any more inspiration, so
Oh,
she's
fuck.
just... Yeah,
Or
no, she doesn't
guidance.
have... She's used it all over the course of the night.
It's been a
Then
long time.
guidance or
So she's
something.
just gonna be like,
I thought she
you
took it
got
back.
this, buddy.
Okay.
You need.
Here's a pineapple.
He thumbs up to her pineapple.
And you need.
That's all I
charisma.
got.
Say that again?
Charisma, correct?
Yeah, charisma.
Let me find you on the combat tracker. Okay.
You
And
got it.
he's like, yeah. And he's gonna look at Penelope and just be like, thank you for trust. And he's gonna hold her hand, like, because it means a lot. He's like I said, if anything, we just do what before. However, and he just looks at her and he casts tongues on himself. And he's just like, in common that's not broken anymore. Granted, now it's like everyone's native tongue that they would hear if they don't know common. He's just like, I promise you there's a reason. And I'm not going to try and let you down, okay?
All right.
And he looks for the MC.
He's right over here.
He's like, that thing you do where you make people loud so they'll, people can hear. Can you do that for me?
He looks back to the boss, who shrugs, and he says, sure, 1 second. And he starts to cast a thing on you. And he's cast a thing on you. Do you resist?
Nope.
Then you feel yourself much louder.
Cool. So the whole boat's going to be able to hear him now.
Yep.
So he just starts walking over. And he's like, you like Grand, no? And he starts walking towards Boop. If I can move, that would be great. Boop, 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 boop. And he starts looking directly at the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you Grand Butcher. Make a deal with me. You, the Harvesters, and any party on yours and the organization's behalf will not hurt, kill, or stalk non-magical and stalk by magical and non-magical means, phantasmals and humans, until you face me during the Grail War, and a victor is determined between us. And he just looks at him for a second. You've lived for a long time, no? What's a few months when you'll have the most spectacular fight of your life with the chance at a dragon if you're so sure of your abilities? And he gets closer. And he's just like, are you brave enough to accept this deal with a fae? Just directly at him.
Why would I? What am I getting out of that?
Well, the dragon's not enough then. And a fight with me, the one that you're so craving?
I mean, I could do that whenever I want.
But it won't be as spectacular.
I'm not exactly here for an audience.
But you're here for a great time. The thrill, are you not?
Yeah, but that's not really how I do it. I like
You
to
sure?
wait till you don't know it's coming. Why would I care about broadcasting it to the world?
Because you don't know when I'll hit you.
Well, I'm pretty confident you couldn't.
Oh, see, and again, that's where you're just so confident. And you think you're so good, yet you're not good enough to take this deal.
Yeah, that
Sugar
doesn't
cubes.
work.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to get us peace.
Are you offering him your entry to the Grail War?
If he takes it, he has to leave. Well, he's super loud.
Yeah, everyone can hear your whispering. You don't have a
Yeah.
quiet mode right now.
He stops for a second. Can I just say he stops? He's just like, I'm trying to make peace here.
He does.
Penelope
You can't
runs
turn it
up.
off. You're not the one who cast the spell. It's
Yeah.
just on.
Well, like I'm like I realize it's like wait before I say that like he'll say that like I'm trying to make peace here.
Yeah, everyone can hear that.
Yeah.
Penelope runs up
So
And it's just
this is out of character. You forgot to tell him that you were offering him the entry.
You didn't actually offer him that.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said that. So yeah, he's just like, sorry. I thought I said that in there. He looks at him and goes, the entry to the Grail War. How else would you fight your dragon?
Is that yours to give away?
Yes, it is.
He
sugar
looks over
cubes.
at
What the actual
Penelope.
shit?
Sorry, I thought I actually put that in character. My
No.
brain skipped over a whole step.
She's
Again.
like, what the actual shit?
Penelope, trust me.
You didn't tell me that this is what you were gonna do. You
To be
didn't
fair.
tell any of us that this is what you were gonna do.
He looks at the butcher. What's a couple of months?
You really gonna
She's
give me
gonna
that?
She's gonna run back over
He's
to
not looking at
Lucretia.
you. He's looking over at Penelope. You gonna give me that?
Well,
She's
it's already
gonna
in
run
his
over to
name.
Lucretia.
It's in his name.
She's gonna be like, he's not getting it.
It's too late. It's in his name. He's gonna look at her.
Lucretia, don't give it to him.
Okay.
I want it fair and square.
Think about this for a second.
Okay,
Think about-
no.
Think about it. If the butcher takes this, no harvesters for 2 months. It's insane. It's obviously insane, but
But
think about it.
I didn't. Do you know how? She's like looking at Lucretia like, it's not an item. It's not in Sugar
It's
Cube's
yours to
hands yet,
give.
right?
It's yours
It's mine to give, right?
It is yours to give until it is given.
She's already said that she passed it over, though.
She
No, no,
hasn't
no, she
given
just
you
pointed.
anything yet. She just pointed
Nothing's
at you.
been handed.
Well, she verbally said, though, like that was passing over the transfer ship.
I mean,
Well, no,
that's
she
how
just indicated.
you see it. Like, she hasn't actually done anything yet.
Penelope. He looks back to her. Penelope. Think about it.
I can't let him enter.
He looks
I
over to the MC
can't.
and he's like, pop it. Because he's got to pull her now, because like she's just refusing.
He looks back to the boss, who shrugs again, and the effect ends.
He
You
looks
can now
at her,
talk.
and he is still in tongues. Penelope, if he takes this, we can walk off this boat. All families are safe. And what about the balance?
How
The
do
Grail
you
War
know
needs a
that
balance
he's not going to
anyways,
go back on it?
Because
how do
I'm
you know
going
that
to
he's-
bind him to it.
What does that even do?
Because if he doesn't do it, I will know, and there will be repercussions via Fey law. And the
What's
fact that I'm
gonna
pulling Eldath into this, there's many things that could happen. He could be susceptible to my magic. He could turn into a fucking newt. Like, out of character, I wanted to actually get with you later on this. I didn't want to say anything specifically because I am not the DM.
All
he
right,
is a
tell
Fey,
me what
yeah.
effect you're using, and I will tell you what you know you can do.
I'm using his origin of being Fey and then having, first of all, so like Eldath is the goddess of peacemaking and they do negotiations. I haven't been able to pop off a peace negotiation and I want to do it. I want to have her come in through him and bind a Fey agreement.
All right, which ability does that? I'm looking over them now because I don't know. all of your
I'm going
abilities.
based off of actual Fey lore and actual Eldath lore. I don't
Sure,
have like a
but-
specific ability.
There are actually spells and stuff that do that.
Oh, fuck my life.
I'm looking
I was
and
like, 'cause
seeing
that's
if
her
you have
whole
something that does
thing.
it. Let's see. Do you have something that does that? Because I think you get a spell that does that in
I
the form
do.
of geese, but I don't think you have that
Yeah.
yet.
Not till we're literally off the boat. Unless Eldath wants to be like, well, I'll give it to you 5 seconds early.
Yeah, I don't think you have that power yet. Just checking and making sure I didn't miss anything.
Let me have the one thing.
question. Related to Fae shit. Who has the golden fiddle right now?
Would that be you?
Is it Penelope or Johnny?
I thought you took it back.
I think Penelope still has it because she's using her ability to let you do stuff through that because she's a talisman. So I think Penelope still has it.
Good to know.
I just noticed that you actually have pineapple listed as a cantrip.
Don't judge.
But yeah, I don't think you actually have the ability to force that right now because that is a spell that you get later. So you don't.
Can Eldeath just let the happen on the boat?
That's also an ability that you get later, is asking God to do something for you. You don't have that yet.
No, let me have this one Fae thing, you whore.
You could have asked me about this in advance and I could have told you something, but I wasn't aware you were going to do this.
That's right. Well, I wanted to make you flabbergasted. Nobody was aware. I was like,
I mean, you got it, but that doesn't mean it works. You could be bluffing for all they know, but you don't have any magical way to back that up right now.
Well, then I'll be like, I'll have Lucretia. He'll look at Penelope. He's like, I am Fae, and there's a lawyer here. He looks over to Hierophant. There be Lucretia here. We can bind.
You literally did tongues.
He's not loud though. He's talking. Oh, sorry, me person.
Yes, yeah, you as the person did tongues.
He's looking at her. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth. He's like, we have a lawyer here, and we have Lucretia, and we have other people that can help bind this in. This is our chance. If we're gonna get thrown somebody who's crazy and awful anyways, why not make it somebody we know that's forced to face me first before anybody else?
How are you gonna force them?
Because he has to face me to be able to do anything else. We contract this in.
She's just gonna hold up her hands and be like, all right, hang on 1 second. She's gonna go over to Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna pull her aside.
Yep.
You don't have to move her, but
yeah, she's down here.
She's gonna be like,
she's actually down here, more distance. Yeah.
She's gonna be like, do you think I could use the fiddle to make him not attack us until the Grail War? Do you think that would count as a bet?
That might be a bit egregious. You could, you would have to put up stakes on both sides.
Yeah.
If he's willing to lose, then he'd still do it, but it's more of an incentive structure.
So I could be like, I could bet him that he wouldn't. Oh God, I don't know how to structure this shit.
I mean, if you're trying to do what he's saying over there, then you could get a third party to, bind you. It is a thing that mages do, but he would have to agree with the terms, and so would you, Lot. And generally speaking, if someone agrees to things like that, then they could still do it. It just costs them. And that's where the danger is.
Yeah. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't want to give it to him.
It's yours to give. You don't have to.
I went into this thinking I was giving it to old Cubesy over there.
I didn't make it clear. If you were entirely, if you had thought it over and you still don't like it, he said we can go back to plan 1. Just pointing that out. It's he wanted you to look this over first.
When did he say this?
He literally said, when he did the speech to you to start this, it's like, hey, trust me, if this does not go well, then we go back to first plan. It's all good. It's just he wanted her to really like.
Okay, completely
Yeah.
out of character.
Yeah.
Did anyone else hear that?
I don't remember hearing that.
That was the very first thing out of his mouth.
I mostly
before he
remember you
promised.
saying "trust me" like 4 times.
No, it was.
He did say it.
Okay, I mean I believe you. I just
Yeah.
didn't remember it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also, I have
it's not that I don't believe you. It's just like I'm freaking out a little bit because I'm just like, oh God, did you actually say that? And I just don't remember it.
He did. It was the first thing he started with is, hey, if this does not go well, aka if you majorly oppose, and you said it more than once after he described it, he was like, we go back to plan 1. Like he just left it as it. If this isn't well, we can go back. So he wasn't going to push it if you truly did not want this. But he wanted to present it because he knew you would never say it yourself.
She's gonna go back to Iden.
So I have a question.
In character.
So it's not in character. It's
Okay.
more of the whole like lore of don't make deals with the Fae. I guess that only applies to high level Fae and not just any Fae.
I mean, the lore of it is to because you don't ever know what you're dealing with and what their interpretation of the deal is, you just don't do it. In terms of how that's backed up, like obviously higher level ones can hold you to it better than lower level ones because making deals is kind of in their nature. But like for instance, if you encountered like a pixie and you made a deal with a pixie, they're going to interpret that and do what they can. A pixie's only so dangerous, although they're more dangerous than you would think. But in general, it's more of a colloquial wisdom, not a if you make a deal with any of them, you're Faustian doomed.
Mm-hmm. And I guess this would be represented as like an ability that a Fae creature would get on higher levels or something like that.
So the thing is that mostly comes from the fact that higher level Fae tend to have spellcasting levels, and geese is pretty common if they're making deals. Like even low level Faes like pixies and stuff do have spells. They just don't generally have spells high enough level to
So he
really
knows
bind you.
that he would get it literally very. He's like he can feel it. He's working on it. It's literally very close. So potentially he could look to Penelope and be like, okay, or she comes to him first and they'll have their talk.
Yeah, she's gonna come up to him and be like, I do not want to give him this.
He's just
It's
like
literally going like if I give this to him, it is literally going against what I told the lady I would do.
I don't know what you've told the lady. All I can tell you is
I told
that
her
this...
I'm going to ensure that the wish that is made is not gonna fuck us over.
Okay, but we still have to actually get to the Grail War, and the goal is to take him out first. That forces him to come to us, and for us to deal with him, he doesn't get to go to anyone else. He doesn't even get to go to you. Now, again, if you truly do not like this, I understand. And I can't just yet, but I'm so close. Like, if we hold the ticket now, we make him meet with us, I can bind him to it completely.
Are you super confident that he's not just going to kill you?
If he wants the ticket...
Then yeah, but like, so your plan works out, and he goes after you first, and he kills you.
But it has to
Then
be
he's
in the Grail War.
and you're dead.
And it's in the Grail War. That is the point of this. It buys us 2 months' peace.
Right, but then he kills you, and he's in. Like, your whole plan is operating on the assumption that he doesn't kill you once it starts.
I mean, once it starts, it starts. That's the point of the Holy Grail War, is it not? I'm confused.
So you're talking about buying a few months outside of this. Cool, get that. But then it starts, and he's there, and you're there, and he goes after you first, and he kills you, and you're dead. And now he's in it, and he's already killed one, and he can do whatever he wants. What she's talking about is not letting him in at all.
Okay, hear me out real quick. who's to say he doesn't end up in there anyways? And we have problems on how he gets in. And if from what y'all are telling me is there's always going to be someone bad in there, why have it be someone we don't know when it's someone we can handle and we're already going to deal with anyways? Like, I don't understand how that's not a good thing.
Not to take sides here, but he does have a good point. I think even if he doesn't enter as a master, he's still going to end up in this Grail War somehow.
We just deal with the problem and we keep going. He won't get that wish because we'll do what we did here. You were destroying people. Granted, you're not going to be a master, but the point is, and it's the IR, you'll happen to be there and make sure you're safe.
So how are you going to be one if you give this up?
Because I have a way to get one.
And how is that?
Echo's presented... Sorry, he doesn't say Echo's name out loud. He kind of makes a gesture to, like, what's been offered to us before.
And what's to say that I don't want to now? What if I've changed my mind based on how I did? Because you're right. I did do really well.
Okay. Then you could. But I'm also pointing out I'm trying to do this so we can walk freely. And not only that, everybody else, Penelope, this is all over. This isn't just us. My job as, like, a peace negotiator, you brought it forward. When you said, I need to, like, you were like, I'm gonna make deals with people. It occurred to me, why should we make deals with somebody that's trying to get you? A very horrible idea. When my job as a peacekeeper is to negotiate peace. And if we can get that, yeah, it's temporary, but do you not believe in us to take care of this? I believe in us. I think we can do it.
All right, so how about this? I'm going to make a deal with you. I will give you my entry and you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm not talking to you until we get off this boat.
He looks to Ennis, he looks to Penelope, he looks to Johnny, and he's just like, in his mind, the greater peace is worth it. He wants to make sure they can walk away safely. And he nods his head.
And you're sure about that?
Penelope, I want to do what's best for everybody.
She's gonna go up to Ennis and be like, what do you think?
I think I'd like to not worry for at least 2 months about harvesters showing up at my shop and killing me and all of my neighbors. Or have to worry about you, or have to worry about hiding the horseman for goodness knows how long until the Grail War. If Sugar Cubes, if you can actually make him keep his word, if you can do that, then this is crazy, but a good plan. But if he just takes the entry and then goes back to trying to kill us, then it's all a moot point. Can you actually make him keep his word and keep all the harvesters from being creeps?
There's a Fey magic, and I've been trying to work through it, and again, I'm close. I'm not quite there. I would like to get third parties involved. And then together with that in total, just layer it down.
If he agrees to this contract with you, what would happen to him if he suddenly just decided to start killing people?
So with Faze, there's a multitude of things. And again, out of character DM-wise, I cannot say what, like, I don't know what you would want to pick, because there's things where it's just like the people have used for like D&D where it's like you are susceptible to this person's magic, you don't get saves to it, or like you're under the control for 1001 days. Like, it's like Faze shit. Like, it ranges, and I don't want to say anything if the DM's not gonna, like, what I mean?
So if you're talking about getting them with a geese,
I want to get him with first of all, Aegeus is a part of it. I actually want to contract him via like Hierophant, or if Lucretia is able to do a
okay,
contract.
if you're talking about a higher level thing than that, like
Yeah.
there's a precedent for it. It actually comes up in 0. And typically you have an agreement and an actual contract, like a big old scroll that is signed by both parties, and it stipulates what someone will do and what they will get for it and what happens if they're in breach of contract, and everyone has to sign it.
Okay.
And you can put whatever terms you want in that, but again, this is a world of rules, lawyers. This is very much like making a genie wish. You have to word it exactly right, and there is no intention. There's only exactly what it says. So if you want to try to write that up, you are welcome to, acknowledging that your character has an intelligence of 9.
I've already written something up, but I would like to run it by Mr. Hierophant.
Okay. That is a
Because
thing
he's a
you can do.
lawyer.
But again, keeping in mind,
Yeah.
it's the condition for the penalty, if it's broken, is exactly that condition. There's no greater leeway because you pissed off someone's god or whatever. It's exactly what it says will happen.
Okay.
And they have to agree to it. So keep that in mind.
Okay. So he's like, there are contracts that can be made. And I might actually go speak to Mr. Hierophant in a second. Again, I wanted to say this because I know it's something, if this wasn't brought up, if this wasn't even thought about, it's a chance for peace thrown away. And again, if you truly do not want it, then okay, I'll back down. But I wanted to present this opportunity because it is, I feel like we shouldn't miss this chance. I don't think we're going to get another one like this. And he looks at her, at Penelope.
She... Okay. Hold on 1 second.
So, like, if he
She's
broke the
gonna-
contract, would he die, or would his skin turn pink, or what?
I could put that in the contract. That might be so extreme he might not take it, but I could put that he'd be susceptible to my magic entirely. I would, the death we can negotiate with him. A few months should be nothing for someone like him who's been around a while.
So it's not. So it's something you can pick. It's not like a specific thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to get it sorted out. Which is why I'd like to talk to Mr. Hierophant. I've got the conditions.
Well, I mean, if you can back it up, and he agrees, this is a good opportunity. But Penelope, it is still yours to give.
And she's gonna look at Aiden and be like, I want you to know that if I give you this, that means I am putting an absurd amount of trust into... I'm putting an absurd amount of trust into this. And I'm gonna stand by what I said. I am not talking to you until... You know what? No. I'm not talking to you until we get to our next destination.
I understand that. The question is,
Because
do you
I'm
want
gonna
to...
be... Because I'm going to be so angry that I'm not going to be able to control what I can say.
I understand that.
I'm already using an incredible amount of patience to not just start screaming and to not just completely throw everything to the wind at this point. So if you can handle that, then I'll do what is necessary.
I'll go talk to Mr. Hierophant. and we'll make sure. Because again, I will not do this if I can completely bind it. That is important.
Right, go talk to him, and then
Oh.
come back and talk to me.
I mean, Butcher can still say no.
That's also fair, but ducks in a row before talking to him again. I'll walk up there if it, after I'm done coming back. He's gonna look at her. He's like, I will not make this jump without having it being proper. But he looks to her. He's like, I hope you can trust me. And he's gonna go over and talk to Mr. Hierophant.
All right.
All right. So,
How can I help you?
you're good at contracts, I hear.
It's one of the things I'm good at.
Can you help me bind the butcher into a contract?
That will depend on the stipulations.
The stipulation is that he, the harvesters, and all parties that are on the behalf of him and the organization will not harm, kill, or stalk by non-magical and magical means phantasmals and humans until he faces me. In the Holy Grail War, and a victor is determined between us by the rules of the Holy Grail War. Stipulation being, if he breaks that, we need to be strong enough that he's not gonna do it. I don't think he'll accept death. He might. It's a question mark. If he thinks he's good enough. Or being susceptible to my magic is another. Do you think you can pull off that caliber?
I could bind it, but you'll have to come to the terms with him.
Okay, so I can go up and present him both options of...
I would recommend you call him down here so that you don't say it in the presence of his people.
Well, yeah, no, that is...
Because if he is speaking for them and they know a way to make things end badly for him, your deal might go badly.
Covering what I put there, there is no loophole, as far as you see, right?
You are operating on the assumption that the people who work for him will listen to him if they know something bad will happen to him if they do something.
Okay. Then I will bring him down here. I'll be right back. But again, we get that operation part, but what I've presented to you seems clean, yes?
It will depend on the conditions. You are speaking in very broad terms, and this is a very detailed thing.
He's gonna go up.
He's going to go down here and take a spot at this table so that you can
Okay.
bring him back down here for that conversation.
And he goes up to the butcher. He's like, let's have a conversation below.
He's looking you over once again. He's like, it's about that deal?
If you're keen on it. And he starts walking.
Fair enough.
He's gonna go...
Instead of the other end of the table.
Yeah.
If anyone else would like to be around, you may.
They're just going to negotiate first. He's not going to seal anything yet. Because again, he wants to make sure that the no harm, no killing, no stalking by non-magical and magical means, there's... And two phantasmals and humans, there is no... That is clear as day. He wants to make sure that is dry cut. Yeah.
So you've already written what you want this to be, right?
Pretty much without... It's literally everything with the rule set of how it is until they face off in the Grail War.
Mm-hmm.
Until there is a victor by Grail War standards. Like, I've got it written out, but I left off the repercussions because I am not you.
Put the conditions in first, like what you're asking him to do.
Okay.
And then you can begin negotiations to see what he's willing to risk to get it. Because you've told him what he gets.
Okay.
Now you're putting in the conditions he has to follow, and then once
Well, he kinda
that's
said that out
agreed
loud
to,
him,
you can put out the price. So
Yeah. I kind of said it out loud to them at the beginning, but I'll just... Do you
it's
want me
important to
send
have it
one
in
message?
text for this actual reason. Like, you can either paste it in the chat or you can paste it in something else. But
I got you.
very specifically because he's going to be looking for loopholes, as are you. And so it's important that we don't have to remember exactly what we said.
Yeah. And he's going to look at Penelope and be like, feel like Mr. Jameson would also be a good pair of eyes. Just so we could be sure if that's okay.
Yeah. She's
He's like, yeah, because he does not, he's going to make it clear to Penelope. He wants to make sure this is thorough and he's not taking it lightly. It is a very serious situation.
Okay. So I've dragged him down
and
here,
then
too.
just for good measure,
Can I get Van-Fem in on this?
No.
Okay.
she's gonna get Lucretia in on it.
Ooh, yes, get her in there.
She'll watch.
And you know what? Fuck it.
This is going to be a big deal.
You're
Penelope,
like,
get
hey,
on in there. Who are you going to now?
she's like, hey, Van-Fem.
Yeah. Look,
Congratulations.
he's got a show now.
Like, you want to be thoroughly entertained? Come over to this table.
He sees the people gathered around the table and he goes, yeah. Yeah, he'll watch. This is now the most exciting part of the game. Okay, so you've sent me your stuff. I'm going to paste it into the chat since everyone's present.
Yes.
So since you want their input, I'm going to be copying it in for everybody to see.
Yeah. Now, so I will say, because that is a name he does go by, it does still lock into sugar cubes. Or do you want me to actually present my name at this point?
This is up to you. Like, we're going off of what you write here.
I mean, both are still his names. I just want to, like,
if you're asking if it will work whether or not you give him that name,
yeah.
Then yes, because it's not actually about the names. It's about the people making the deal and signing it. Otherwise,
Okay, then.
you literally change your name and get out of your Rumpelstiltskin problem. So,
Okay, then yeah, he leaves it as it. Like, that is what he presents as the case.
Okay, so I'm going to drop this thing in the chat
and then
going to paste that in common for everybody to see. These are the words that you have right now for anyone to weigh in on if they wish to.
Yes.
So there you go. Anyone who wants to be a lawyer, you may point out what you wish.
And that's for him. Like, that was like if you were to repeat it verbally. So that's not really the technical written.
So you spelling that out. Does anyone have any comments before the NPCs weigh in? I like to let you guys have priority.
Penelope's gonna tell Aiden she thinks he needs to use his actual. She thinks he needs to use his actual name. If he really wants this to be a binding thing.
Okay. Then he will change it when it comes to the time. He's gonna wait and hear what everybody else says first if she says that first. Xanis over there, she wanted to come over and input anything.
No, she is muted.
Sorry,
just
it wasn't letting me unmute.
Yeah, there you go.
Annis is fine over here. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so as you lay this out, Jameson is going to comment, how does it define a victor? I'm not familiar with the ritual.
From what say, servant gone. Or sorry, he's got
still
tongue.
have tongues going.
I had a moment. Is that
Yeah.
He's just like, from what I have understood by the Holy Grail War, a victor is determined.
Wait, do we have the text of this thing?
Yeah, it's right there in the chat.
Where?
The chat. The game chat.
The game chat.
Where?
It's the bottom.
It should
text.
be in the chat box on the left of the Fantasy Ground screen.
Is it not
Okay,
showing?
there it is. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
It might have
Wait,
scrolled on
scroll
you.
down.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
I'll let you read that over before you're, in case you want to add anything else.
Okay, yeah, she's definitely gonna point out that he needs to use his actual name because it won't be binding otherwise. And then yeah, she's gonna agree. Like, you have to clarify how that victor is determined.
Yeah, so then he will make it clear right there. From what I have learned, victor in the Grail War is when the servant is gone, or the master. And I'm sure you're going to aim for me anyways.
All right, so you're putting your actual name in. So I'm revising this so that we can all see as it gets updated.
Yeah. It's like he'll put his name in at the end. He just wants to get this information first settled before he puts his name down. Because, again, if he doesn't take the deal, he doesn't want to give his name immediately. So, right now, they're just putting, like, red marks through things.
Okay, so how does that match what you were looking for?
Yeah, that works. All right. Does anybody else have input that they want to give?
And you haven't actually presented this to him yet, right? This is your brainstorming.
No. He's right down there. He's just like, he's having the lawyers look over it first, and Penelope as
he will hold back his input until then.
Junior lawyer. Not because she's small, because she's not actually a lawyer.
Oh no, she doesn't actually know.
She has more contract experience than you would think.
Yeah, that's why I was like, she lawyer junior.
So she's gonna be like, so does this specify what will happen if either party violates the terms of the contract?
I was going to get to that momentarily after I make sure that this is clear. I need to know that before getting to any other part. Because he could not agree to whatever terms we come with of breaking things.
And then also, there needs to be wording to stop him from hiring somebody outside of his organization.
On his behalf. On his behalf, on the organization's behalf.
You also need something to prevent
and it's got the
it's not necessarily I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Not necessarily like on his behalf, but what's to stop him from from having an unaffiliated associate of his decide to break those rules.
If he's telling them about things, then it would then be on his behalf. So putting in, I guess,
that is not legally enforceable.
Then nor him suggesting to someone that could be a third party. Like, is there any input after that?
Okay, so how do you want to word that edit?
So definitely keep all those initially because they still need to be on there, but added on would putting, nor can he suggest to anyone to do these things. Like, it would still fall back on him. Anybody there?
Yeah, I'm. All right, so like this is what you're trying to say.
Nor anyone suggested to you act in such a way will not harm, kill, or stalk by non-magical and magical means phantasmals and humans until I face the healer Eldath, Iden, and the Holy Grail War, and one of us, our servants, or our life. Yeah, that sounds about accurate.
Okay.
Anyone else have input currently? Any other loopholes looking for in this base conversation?
Can we also specify that no one or I know it says phantasmals and humans, but is there any way we can specify like our specific group?
It's all of them. So he has to face Iden first. That is why it's worded the way it is. You fall under that. Like, that is until he faces him and they've decided Victor, his goal is only Iden. And I like double checking is that is clear cut. There's no going around that.
Phantasmals, humans, and half phantasmals?
Well, they would still count.
Okay.
It's an and, not an or.
But that does include half
And you would still-
phantasmals, correct?
Well, yes, because they're still phantasmal.
It would count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I am really enjoying this episode of Contract Lawyer Simulator.
Look, it started with violence. It's got to end with a lawsuit.
Exactly.
We've got to balance out the heart pumping action with legal.
God, that was so heart pumping. My heart was racing when I was on 180. Like, oh my god, the 380 or the 1. Ooh. And also, I do want to let you know, out of character, this idea did not occur to me until after our secondary powwow after that game. So I was just like, oh, let me stew on this.
Ooh.
It was not something long haul. Yeah, like I was like, oh, wait a minute, because you brought up doing deals.
Okay, I've got no input.
No input.
What are the lawyers saying?
NPCs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have each of them roll to look for things to consider. First, we're going to have Jameson do his roll.
Can I guidance Jameson?
Nope. Because you're busy trying to figure your own stuff out.
I know.
If you want to tell me you're not concentrating on the contract, I'm happy to run with that, but I don't think that's what you want to do.
No, he is on this contract.
Okay, so he's looking over at himself, and he says, okay, so according to this, he's not allowed to do any of those things until he faces you and one of you is considered a victor, but wouldn't facing you be precluded by these rules?
Sorry, say okay, out of character. What do you mean by that?
He's saying that, like, if you're prohibiting him from harming, killing, or stalking phantasmals until after one of you is dead or lost a servant, then you're precluding him from being able to fight
it's supposed to be to when they face, but it has to be targeted at him, and then he's free after that, pretty much.
Right, but like it doesn't say that, is what he's pointing out.
Okay, so he's going to express that he cannot do that until the moment he faces me, he is allowed to hurt me or my servant, but solely us, until that victor's decided. Within the Grail War, by Grail War rules.
Maybe there should be a specific declaration written into the contract. So basically, until both parties agree that not the truce, but sorry, out of character, words are hard.
No, it's okay.
No, it's fair. You can explain what you're trying to get at, and then we'll come up with the words. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overstress myself right now. Yeah, basically have something to determine specifically when you two are able to fight, because just saying until you face them in the Holy Grail War could mean anything from the instant you walk in the door to the instant battle starts. So you have to, I would say, have some sort of specification in place so that
Okay.
you both know when it is acceptable to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like when the war officially, like everyone officially starts.
Could
pretty
you
much.
condition it so that it's until your servants attack each other?
Yeah, would that work?
I mean, you're just setting a condition.
Then yeah, he just looks Mr. Hierophant.
That would work as a condition, acknowledging that until your servants attack each other, the two of you could not attack each other yourselves. So I'm going to do his revision on that, and you can tell me if this works for you.
Okay. And say, does Jameson have any fucking input before we start doing a third pace? Does Jameson?
Oh, it's going to keep happening. Like, you've got conditions here.
Lord.
You decided you were playing lawyer. You're going to play you literally got lawyers.
Yeah.
That's your fault. So
I'm so excited. I can now be like, I lawyered too.
I hate the way this thing works. So this revision gets rid of the condition of someone dying because presumably you have to be able to fight each other. But it does stipulate the beginning point. So there's that.
Okay, that looks better.
Okay, does anyone have any issues with that for now?
Sounds good to me.
All right, now I'm going to have Mr. Hierophant look at it. Penelope, can your lawyer reroll a 1?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because damn, that would be disappointing. All right. This is operating on the assumption that you'll be participating in such a Grail War. But if you give him your entry, you are now creating the scenario where that isn't possible.
I'll be obtaining a Grail War ticket, just won't be on this boat. So do we want to make this contract and then present it once I have it in my hand? Or how do you want to stipulate this?
My understanding is that your goal is to get off of the boat after he has signed a contract.
Exactly.
So you will need to have a clause for what will happen if you do not actually gain access.
He can have my entry if it comes to that.
Lucretia's going to chime up. That would not be possible. It has to be tied to you or your family.
Then put in the contract that either he has to face Aiden or me.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, he's just looking at Anna shocked. He's just like, holy shit. He nods his head.
Okay.
You can't see it from the angle you're at, but she has Derek's hand and is just gripping it real hard. Like, she is very scared.
Or we could say, in the event that Aiden does not obtain the contract is binding until
the Grail War starts.
Start of the Grail War, and in the event that Aiden does not procure the proper entry,
then it would null
by a certain time specified by the keeper of the Grail War entries, she looks at Lucretia, then it would be null and void. Or you could say that that in the event that he does not obtain an entry into the Grail War, then, or by that certain time, that that shit. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word way to word this. Basically, in the event that he doesn't gain entry, that the contract is still binding, but that he and Aiden can have some sort of alternate means of. Yeah, basically, if Aiden is unable to obtain entry into the Grail War by a specific time set by the keeper of the entries, then the and the condition of the two servants facing each other is considered void, and then he basically, if, or no, okay, hold on. If Aiden does not obtain an entry by the time specified by Lucretia, then the contract is null and void.
But he'll still have his entry to the Grail War because that's kind of what's pulling him into this.
Right.
Okay.
But that way, you still gain the protection.
Mm-hmm. Everybody gains the protection, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The protection is still in place until the time that we need it.
Mm-hmm.
And that still gives Aiden a chance to get to get an entry.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound okay? And that also keeps Annis from
he
literally
would prefer
painting
that.
a target on her head.
Yeah, he would prefer that. He looks to Penelope and he shakes his head. Yes, I want that.
She looks over at Annis. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds fine to me.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah. Oh, this is a fun game.
Gripping drama.
It is.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that look?
Contract lawyer simulator.
Hey.
Da, da, da. Okay, so
how's it looking to Mr. Jameson now?
he will make a new roll.
I mean,
He
Annis
does not
just painted a
identify
target on
anything
her
new.
head anyway, but...
Yeah, it's all
What
fine.
did Anna say?
Oh, Annis just painted a target on her head anyway, because now people know that she or someone in her family is going to enter. But
Yeah.
But
if this
As you do.
works, protected for a bit. Hey.
the harvesters.
From the harvest.
Yeah. All right. I'm rolling for each of them to see if they catch anything new.
Hey, Van-Fem, you want to put some input on this fun game?
So, that is the conditions that you're putting on him.
Mm-hmm.
As understood by all of these people here. Now, what is the penalty you want to put on it before you hand it to him?
Ooh. Here's an idea. The penalty is, he loses his powers that he has obtained through all of his harvesting. Like, he's gonna become a regular human. And he just looks at him as he presents that.
I mean, does anyone else on the PC side have input on that?
DM, is that possible?
I mean, sure.
You get a shrug from me.
It's like, I mean, I don't think he'll take the whole you die on the spot. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that
like,
wouldn't be fun anyway.
it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be something that Aiden would do because he is like, no, that the laying to rest and making him not have those body parts and losing that entire legend pretty much. I think that would be the most Aiden way to deal with it. Because then, yeah, he's just a basic fucking person. Yeah, so he'll lay it out. Be like, that's my stipulation if you break this. And I like, and it's just like, and I will know. You said Annis doesn't have any input, or that was fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I mean, she
that's-
fully believes in like Faye can make any crazy shit happen. So
Yeah.
This isn't even a Faye thing. This is just how contracts work.
The contract thing.
The thing to remember is that the entire universe essentially runs on questionable computer programming. So you can kind of program in rules. It's what the entire point of Extra is.
Mm-hmm. He looks at Penelope. Do you think that's strong enough?
I guess.
He's looking at you because he genuinely wants your answer. If you have more to say, he wants to hear it.
She's got nothing else to say.
Okay, yeah, like, okay.
and you've still got advantage on charisma because
Yeah,
it's
You're
concentration.
gonna have to
pressure.
convince him, yeah. But
yeah. He then lays that forward and he presents the contract. He's like, I'll give you the entry if you abide by these terms and contract to them. And he slides over the paper. Or I guess
Okay.
has Mr. Hierophant, like, show him
Right.
the paper.
Mr. Hierophant can't pick up the paper.
Oh, then yeah, Aiden will then Aiden will pick it up and he'll bring it over. Like, he will get in front of him and kind of hold out the paper.
Okay, let's see. He's going to read it, and I'm going to see what he can find in it, because he's also going to do stuff. He gives it a read. He looks over the conditions. And then he looks back up at you and he says, making a big assumption on how much control I have over this organization, especially if they get an opportunity to take advantage of this with or without my permission.
Well, then you don't tell them.
Yeah, good luck. They're not stupid. Think they're not going to notice if I stop doing what I do? So if you want this to work, I can tell you that I won't tell them to do anything. I'll even tell them not to do it. But I can't control what they do unless you're getting all of them to sign it too. And that's a lot of people.
He looks over to Mr. Hierophant, but it's not impossible, is it?
You're asking Mr. Hierophant?
Yeah. There's a lot of signing. It's not impossible, is it?
I don't think they're all here. It's a lot of people.
All right, so he's going to look at him and be like, all right, what if you mitigate them to do other things in the meantime so they're not suspicious?
Oh, I could do all kinds of stuff. My point is, I'm not going to put myself at the mercy of that when you guys have been charming them every chance you get. I need just one of them does something that I tell them not to because you tell them to, and then I'm out. No, that's a terrible deal.
You could add something like with your permission. That way, if they do it against your permission,
It won't
doesn't
null the contract.
null the contract. Yes.
You're saying it. If I don't order them to do it and I tell them not to, but they do it anyway, this doesn't screw my shit up?
Because that makes me go, if you find out they do, you need to make sure that they don't do it again.
I mean, I can ask
Like
them.
baby play. You can ask them and you find out.
There should be consequences for them as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that, but again, are you going to get all of them to sign it? Because my understanding is that's how this works. Like, if you want your condition be that I go kick their ass if they do it, then sure, I can agree to that. I mean, I kick their ass every day anyway.
No, because
but,
that would be hurting them too. I don't know, humans,
Oh no, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I kind of agree with him on this.
clause for him kicking their ass? Allowing that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need a contract for that, but I mean, if your requirement is that if anyone I've told to do something doesn't do it, then I get to kick their ass. I mean, sure, I'll agree to that. But if I find out that, say, one of those numbnuts up there decides to go and, kick a halfling because it's just what they do on Thursdays, then I don't want to be held responsible for that. Because I didn't tell them to. I told them not to kick a halfling on Thursdays, but that's on them.
Yeah, I guess if there are repercussions, and
as long as you don't, you can kick their ass just as long as you don't kill them.
Yeah, and it specifically, obviously you tell them they can't do this anymore, and they did it, and then so it purposely goes against what you told them. Like they have to have that warning.
So let's say I sign this piece of paper right here, and this boat takes its time getting back because we're out in fuck all nowhere.
You would have to get back.
When I get back, I find out that one of the guys on shore decided to go halfling hunting. Again, example. Am I screwed? Like, how much are you expecting me to do?
So, okay, I see what you're saying. Then it would be you need to call back everybody and lay it down. And then it activates at that point. Would that be, he looks to Penelope, Hierophant, and then, like, you sign this, but it activates the... Was there, like, out of character? There's, like, can it activate once he's officially said those words out of his mouth? Like, you cannot do this. Like...
So you're saying...
Like, it activates for him personally, and I need it to, like, where, because, like, yeah, or none of them count, like, it doesn't count until he gets back, and, like he has to get back to the base. Like, if there's a way to do that, because, yeah, I need it to pop off when he's told everybody. And he has to tell them.
She's addressing Butcher. Can you not just text all of your lackeys and tell them, call off all of the murder and creepiness, take a break, go on vacation?
I mean, I could do that, but as I recall, some of my lackeys have a really bad job of keeping their phones in the presence of other people.
Well, I mean, aren't
You're
they
just
on
operating on the assumption that we all get together and have a company picnic, but we're a bit more loose than that. Like, if you want to hold me to these conditions, and you want me to tell people not to do stuff, I'll do that. But you're making a lot of assumptions of things that are not actually in my power.
How about this? They're not all here, but some are here. Can they at least write their names?
I mean, if you show this to them, then they're going to tell someone else about it, and the problem continues. You're trying to control a lot of people with the signature of a few people, and it's not going to work. Like, if you want to have conditions that are held to me, I will sign it to those, and I will get, my prize from it and so on, but you're not going to stop the entire world and how it works just because you got one person to sign the paper.
What about if it was what it is you or anyone acting on your behalf with your permission?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want that, I can say that, but again, you're acknowledging that if someone does something and I didn't tell them to,
yeah,
I don't get screwed.
He looks over at Penelope and Annis, and he's just like, if anything, do you think that is good enough on just his acts alone?
Just change it to him and specify that
his-
he and specify no, just specify that it's him, and then specify that he can't basically he can't get anyone to do it for him either.
Yeah. But is that worth it to you?
Just throws her hands up in the air.
You are the
And-
boss, right? You are the head honcho. You give the orders, or you give the orders to give the orders.
I tell people what to do, and they listen to me, but I don't exactly check in with them every day to make sure they're doing it.
I think that's good enough.
And in there, can it still be where you tell them, and if they don't listen, it doesn't affect you, but you tell them that they're on a break. No doing these things right now. Like, that has to be said. Because if they listen, the ones that listen are going to listen.
I mean, I'll tell them. Can't promise they'll listen.
Okay, Aiden, let me ask you one thing.
Okay.
Who specifically are you looking for protection from?
Hmm?
Who specifically are you looking to be protected from? And she gestures over towards the butcher.
Yeah. But that's already in the contract.
Exactly. So, just specify that that the butcher cannot
Do these
do
things.
what we've said,
Okay.
and that he can't have anyone do it on his behalf.
Okay. And he still abides by...
Because at that point, the responsibility still falls on him, and
Mhm.
it doesn't rely on thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many harvesters there are. I don't care. It doesn't rely on a bunch of people maybe doing what they're told. It relies on his actions and his actions alone.
Yes. And I get that. But I also would like him to just tell them not to do it.
Look, do you want this Grail War entry or not?
Out of character. He was fine with just telling them, like, oh yeah, don't do this thing. And if they didn't act on it, that was whatever, though, right?
I mean, you get the impression that he's going to say something to that effect.
Yeah, then yeah, he's good with it then. Yeah. It's like,
But do you want that in the contract, or like he said he'll do it?
Yeah, like as long as he says something. If they still
like,
act,
here's how it works as I currently understand it. The only changes to the front part.
Do so on my behalf until should the butcher violate these terms? They have to forfeit release gain through acquisition. That trade's a fantastic GC. Yeah.
All right, is this what we're going with?
We would still like them, like, because again, there's going to be some that listen to him if he just says something. If they act, then they act, but if they don't, that means still more harvesters.
Like he said he would tell them. If you want to put that in the contract, you will have to word it accordingly. Otherwise, you're just trusting him.
Yeah, I want to put that in the contract that he tells them, you know, hey, we're not doing this thing for a little bit. Take a vacation, pretty much. But again, if they violate it, it doesn't come back to him. It is solely based on him.
So I've added a sentence at the end.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so that is something that you are okay with. Are all of the
Yep.
other present parties okay with that? Because if so,
Sure.
Yep.
now persuade him to sign it.
Okay. I've got advantage.
Yep.
And I'm going to use my persuade. Where's my fucking persuasion? $19.
Okay. He reads it over. You see him thinking for a second. Then he takes a drink, laughs. All right, give me a pen.
Oh fuck! Slides over the pen.
All right. He goes over it and he signs his actual name.
Oh shit! We have it.
And this is his actual name.
Motley Apex. What the fuck?
Shitty name.
It's still
Okay.
fate as hell.
Jesus.
Okay, can I say if anything that came out of this, getting the name was honestly worth it? Because holy shit,
Yeah,
that is a name.
that is a name
Yeah.
that he has had since his character conception. Because
Holy shit.
that's who he is.
He's an apex predator, baby.
That's a JoJo name right
It
there.
really is.
It feels like one, but yeah.
Okay, so
No,
yeah,
it's on
Aiden-
account of the fact that he's essentially got patchwork skin.
that makes sense. Aiden signs his own name.
And he's an apex predator.
Yep. I am going to add this to his character sheet as a confirmation of his conditions.
And he's gonna do the Fae thing of just like, well, technically it was a contract through that, but does he want a little bit of extra Fae contracting in there just for flavor? It's up to him.
I mean, he's good.
Is that a yes or a no?
You do whatever makes you happy, Mr. Horsepants. When do I get my magical cup entry?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was an out. Okay, that was in character. Like he's cool with whatever. I was gonna ask you out of character.
I mean, if you want to make it flavorful or whatever, you cantrip it up, buddy.
All right. Yeah. No, he just takes him by the fucking collar. He makes mouth-to-mouth contact, brings it back, and just says, "So it is bound." And then yeah, he turns to him. He's got the contract in hand, and I'm assuming there's gonna be a double copy.
What? Why?
It's a fake
Oh,
contract.
wow.
I mean, there's a lawyer also involved, but that's
I just
So you
face
know,
rolled and hit my face.
Oh no!
just so you know, he was
Yeah.
smoking at the time, so
Oh.
that was really gross.
well. Then never mind. If he was smoking, I feel like I would have seen that. I'd take that.
Yeah.
Look, that's a picture. I'm not sure if he's chugging it the full 24 hours.
Look, those aren't his lungs.
Oh my god. All right. I can instruct him to remove that, but that's just...
All right, so you're giving it to him.
He's got it now.
All right, so just looking to Penelope to confirm. Lucretia's gonna walk over to him. Very well.
Penelope's gonna walk away because she does not want to be present for this.
Annis will follow. She won't say anything. She'll just follow.
Okay. She is going to instruct him. Very well. Hold still. This probably hurt a bit. And she opens her hands, and 3 little red shards start to float above it. And she does some hand gestures with her other hand, the one that isn't holding the shards. And then she points to him, and the shards float over. They hover above him for a moment, and then they jab down and stab the back of his right hand, shattering upon hitting it, and you see the beginnings of a marking, which he then covers up before anyone can see what it looks like. You can see blood dripping under the wrappings. Right, well, that was a thing. I guess I'll see you fuckers in a few months. All right, he's just going to walk back on up. And then you can hear him in the distance go, "Hey, you lot, the weird horseman tried to kiss me, and anyway, we're not going to be doing any of that violence against the humans and phantasms for a bit, so knock it off, go on vacation. I don't know, go home and fuck your wives if you got them. I don't actually know. I'm not a good boss." And there you go.
He's gonna thank Jameson and Mr. Hierophant. Thank Lucretia. Take a look at Van-Fem, just nod to him. Like, I'm sure you enjoyed that.
He saw this, he's tilted his head, and now he's walking over here to where Penelope is.
Yeah.
And he says, "Excuse me, but I believe this is yours." And he hands you a rolled up piece of paper, and then he walks away.
Oh.
And you now have your very own warlock.
Penelope's gonna like unroll a piece of paper.
It is the real one. Yep.
Oh shit, it's Johnny's contract.
Feels heavy to you.
And it
She's
still
like,
isn't going to
"Oh,
say anything, but she'll put a hand on Penelope's shoulder gently.
She's gonna look at Annis, and then she's gonna look over at Johnny and just be like, "Johnny!" and just like start running towards her, like full sprint.
She meets you halfway.
She holds it up.
Hugging ensues.
She's like, "What do I do with this? What do I do with this?"
I don't know. I don't know what I'm
Right.
supposed to do with that.
Burn it.
And she runs over to Jameson. She's like, "What do I do with this? Somebody?"
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Looking at Mr. Hierophant, she's like full on panicking.
He walks over and he takes a look at it. He says, "Well, you can destroy it if you wish to completely release her from it, or you can hang on to it and I can have a conversation with him right now about back pay."
That one. Do that one.
I love Mr. Hierophant.
Oh, best boy.
He's gonna float on over there, and now we're gonna do some dice rolling because it's fun. Oh, he's rolling good.
Oh.
Oh, you can ignore that. That was a drag error. I was trying to pick up the die and roll it again because he's got a few rolls
okay.
here, but it's funny that it did a copy paste on that.
You know,
So
we're just on contract mode.
your boy rolled an 18, a 15, and a 19, so he's doing pretty good.
Ooh.
He's going to come back, and he's going to say, "So given time that was owed to you according to the actual terms of the contract and what was taken from you, he is on the hook to empower your abilities for the next 3 months should you wish to receive them, with no extra leverage whatsoever. Alternatively, if you were to sever that now, then he would not owe you that, but he would owe you a favor. I'll let you decide how you wish to handle that."
Oh shit.
She's gonna look at Johnny and be like, "So, how do you?"
I think I want to probably burn this thing, but after we're safe. Might need to fly in the meantime.
I mean, yeah. But do you want him to owe you a favor after we get off this boat?
I think
You've had to deal with this for so this is you actually have the choice now.
You know what? She comes over here and she whispers something at Mr. Hierophant. He goes back up.
Ooh.
It's gonna try
Patience.
something again. And then he comes back and he says to Penelope, "You can pick one of the other people from his crew to release as well."
Whoa!
Holy shit! Oh my god.
Wait, on what condition?
This is for Johnny's back pay, with interest, worth approximately one other contract.
Okay, so let me make out of character. Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they can. So she gets the back pay if she doesn't tear up the contract now. She gets the, quote unquote back pay. And Penelope can do the thing with the
So
contract?
the way that it works is you can not tear up the contract, and for the duration of that, she'll continue to have her warlock powers until 3 months in, at which point she will no longer have those unless she's drawing it from you.
Okay.
Or you can rip up the contract today. Doesn't have to be now, but like at the end of the boat part. And if you rip that up, then she will no longer have those powers because she'll no longer be connected to him at all. But you'll be able to pick one of the other people that is in his service to release also.
Okay, so she would have no powers whatsoever.
She would have none of those powers. She would still have her tiefling abilities, but she would not have her warlock abilities. Mind you, presumably after you get off the boat, you would go into the process of her doing retraining for a different class. But
yeah,
she would be effectively powerless for most purposes once you do that.
All right, so she's like, I mean, I don't want to take the powers away from you, Johnny, but
now I kind of want to figure that out on my own. I'd rather start over and do it right. No shortcuts. I just don't want to get attacked right now for doing it.
Yeah. So are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Take your pick.
Are we about to get a financial advisor?
If that's who you want to pick, go for it.
All right, she's gonna be like, walk with me. She's gonna drag Johnny over.
Oh wow, I'm way
she's gonna
zoomed out
find
on that
Jolene.
part.
And she's gonna lean over and whisper in Jolene's ear, "How would you like to walk free?"
Is that something you can offer?
Penelope just has this huge grin on her face. I don't know. Why don't you come with me to talk to the boss man?
Okay. She's following you.
Sorry, I'm trying to drag the window.
Oh, it's all good.
And she's like, she just drags her over and then points at Jolene.
Interesting choice, but it's yours to make.
Yeah, I know.
So he walks over and he holds his hand over her head, and a similar contract appears above it, and he hands that to you too. She's completely confused by this entire turn of events.
She's like, I have the power to rip this up right now. And you go free. You can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. My offer from earlier still stands.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And she's like, all right, cool. Would you like the honors? And just holds the piece of paper out to her.
Yes. And she holds it up. And she holds it up next to Johnny. She says, could I get a light? And then Johnny lights it up. And it withers away to nothingness in her hands.
Yeah. How does it feel to be free for the first time in at least 30 years?
It's a lot, but I'll take it.
She just goes over and just hugs Jolene really tight.
She hugs back.
She's like, all right.
Can I go with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. She's...
Totally.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
She walks back over to those two guys, says something really mean at them that you can't hear because they look very upset, and then she's like, okay, I'm good, let's go.
Oh, what was that?
They needed to hear that. It was good for them. I just told them the truth.
Okay, no, you have to tell me what you said. Oh my god, oh my god. You want me?
All right, you guys can have that conversation. So I think we're sufficiently done with the antics for now, and you're going to go down to the room.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah.
So that's
Before
everything.
they go
Everyone.
down,
Okay.
before they go downstairs, Penelope's gonna pull Johnny down for one more really intense kiss.
She allows it.
Hell yeah.
We don't need to escape with the Kingsleys now, right? We can just walk off the boat.
Just walk off the boat.
I mean, you can. It's up to you.
We could.
Yeah. Aiden just looks at Annis, and he's like, we can leave, walk off, but most importantly, and he just gets in close to her because he knows that she's been trying to do this all night. The Butcher can't harm Leopold or Elias now. You can have those talks.
Well, one of them knows the code word, and the other one has my address. It's up to them. I've said what I can.
Now at least, you can show that something has been done. Or that they won't at least get hurt by him. I'm gonna stop speaking for now because I made the deal with Penelope. And yeah, figured we're all going, I don't know, downstairs, upstairs. Yeah.
You know, that deal was only with Penelope.
Yeah, but he's like, if we go downstairs.
And she's not speaking to him. He can still speak. Okay.
I think I might stay up here for now.
Okay.
It's a nice night.
Yeah.
Boat's gonna stop moving again soon. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go talk to Eldath for a
Unlock's
bit.
up here. Somewhere. There he is.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen Unlock.
Still here.
He's been going around eating just stray food.
Inevitably. Okay, so just so I know for where we want to leave the map, who's staying up here and who's going down there?
I mean...
Mostly I'm checking because your instructions were to go down there, and that may or may not matter. So.
Oh, yeah, he's got to talk to the Roomba. Just kind of let the Roomba know. Unless Penelope plans to text the Kingsleys, he's not sure.
I mean, she was gonna go over and ask Annis and Aiden, do we still want to go? Or she's gonna ask Annis specifically,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
do we still want to go downstairs and egress that way, or
I mean, if we just depart the boat from where we boarded, we'll be back in London. We don't know where
then we can.
Kingsleys are going after this. So, I mean, if we don't have to worry about being killed immediately by harvesters, I don't see why we couldn't just leave the way we came.
Yeah, let's do that. She's gonna shoot a quick text to Catherine to be like, you know, cancel our earlier plan.
And I, for one,
Where can we
would
meet up with you?
love to sleep in my own bed tonight. This morning, at some point. I'm so tired.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Now that all that is taken care of, the adrenaline is starting to wear off. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Before she gets coffee, Penelope's gonna like hold out her arms for a hug.
Oh, yeah, she hugs her, for sure.
And she's gonna look at Aiden and be like,
It hurts.
I've changed my mind.
He hugs her so tight. I love you so much, and thank you for trusting me. And I promise that I will make sure that you are safe. And he's just like hugging her, like he is just like, because he was anxious about that.
And it's just kind of back up.
I let her go afterwards, like try not to crush her, but.
Sorry, I lost my headphone.
Oh no, the hug was too
We've
powerful.
decided to throw Penelope off the boat. No.
No.
Shit, no.
Although speaking of being thrown off the boat, where the fuck is Joe?
Oh yeah, where is he still over there?
I mean, you haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, that's not good.
He's at the bottom of the ocean where he belongs.
He deserves it.
I mean, hey, at least you didn't have to do it. It got done for you.
Yeah.
Aiden's about to go have like a moment because this was his first peace negotiation.
I mean, if you want the real answer, because it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Had you actually been to the other side of that island, you would have found him lying around on there. But you didn't,
Oh my
so
god.
doesn't matter.
Excellent. So I can't think of anything else Annis wants to do on this boat while we're still on the boat.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's just Aiden's at the point where he wants to pack his shit up and like walk off.
Yeah, take that, Freddy subplot.
Oh,
Well,
we're getting back to that.
No, that's getting handled off the boat. You gave me a phone.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny. Like, I can't think of anything else I want to do here, saying in front of him.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she don't want to do him. Don't
No,
be nasty.
I didn't say it in character.
I know, it's just funny. Anyway,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that he would do is go back down to pray to Eldath for a little bit after that whole ordeal.
okay. So is that what you're gonna do?
We can do off screen, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So, net result, since I'm going to move people around so that we know where they're at in the map for between. Aiden is going to go down to the tub.
Yes. Unless he is stopped, he goes to the tub.
Okay. Aiden goes to the tub. Annis is staying up here and watching the stars.
Yep.
Penelope, where are you going?
What time is it?
That's a good question, actually.
Game time, advanced
Yeah.
clock.
Well, actually, Annis is going to go get coffee, like she said.
Oh.
We'll say that it's about 4:30, and they call that the boat's going to start moving soon. Now that they've wrapped up what they needed to do, it doesn't take Lucretia nearly as long to get rid of her island as it did to make it. It's kind of similar to when you watch the slip and slide happen.
Really quick, before he does go downstairs, he would ask Lucretia, or no, he'll do it later because they're still on the boat.
Yeah. She's just getting rid of that island so that no boats hit it. That would be problematic in the dark. Okay, so Aiden goes downstairs. Penelope, it is currently 4:30-ish, I think.
Okay.
It's 4:50 in the
Oh.
morning, so yeah.
Annis has gone to get coffee. She's at the bar.
Okay.
You know what? Before, like, I want her to spend time with these two, but before
Mhm.
she does that, I want her to go have a chat with this guy.
Okay, then we can pick those things up in between because it's now late.
Yeah. Yeah.
But cool. Just wanted to make sure. Anyway, Aiden, your duck's gone.
Where the fuck's my duck?
It's gone.
Where's my motherfucking duck, bro?
It's gone. It's not there anymore.
Where did you
No.
learn those words, Aiden? We didn't teach you.
Oh, sorry, that was out of character. He's just like, sorry, in character. He's like, "Where's my duck?" And just starts looking around everywhere.
Yeah, it's gone.
How dare you? Why do you do this to me?
Is the water in the
that's
tub gone too?
I mean, you guys drained the tub, so
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can try to put more water in it if you want, but you guys drained it when you were stealing all the water anyway. The
Does
glitter
it still
stains are
have
still
the
there.
water?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
glitter
more
stains are
glitter
still
water.
there. You still homestucked up the
boy.
tub, but I mean, but yeah, your duck is gone. And on that dramatic
you.
moment, after all these other things were done, so
The most dramatic. Dun, dun, dun.
okay, so you did it.
Oh, we did it.
That was a lot. I'm gonna go to sleep, so we're gonna close
Okay,
this off
Me too.
We're
Have a good night.
still gonna be on the boat next time.
at the very beginning, but we should wrap it up. Like it's
Okay.
unless you guys go about doing stuff, I'm just gonna tell you it's a largely uneventful ride back. Everyone's
Cool.
tired, so
Yeah.
No secret plans being enacted.
I mean,
that was it.
there are,
That was
but you don't know what they were, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh boy.
I mean, you haven't got your prize stuff yet, so
That's true.
there's still time for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna wrap all this stuff up. Hooray! Go team!
Hey.
And
Woo.
good night, my friends.
Bet you weren't expecting 2 hours of contracts.
I mean, I wasn't, but here we are. So.
My one goal accomplished. I was like, I ain't gonna tell shit.
God.
That's you. All right. Well, I'm signing off. So good night, everybody.
Good
Good night.
night. Goodbye.